Oh, sweet. I'm getting involved with the local chapter of the Society for Creative Anachronism. So, historical
The
fencing shenanigans.
A family friend has an extensive collection of pole arms, which I find very fascinating.
Ooh. Anyway, don't have a whole lot to go over, just the usual business about the uh, recurring? Continuing fundraiser. That's the word. Um, if you can contribute, please do. If you can't, I obviously understand. I have a fundraiser for life. Ah.
Yeah, very well said. On continuing the topic of pole arms, actually, you know the Mario movie, that like little gag where Princess Peach just picks up a halberd off of like one of the statues and twirls it a bit. That's actually a Northern European halberd and is specifically meant for dealing with cavalry, which is interesting because I don't think there are any mounted foes in the Mario Bros. Universe.
Yeah, only like clown cars and shit, right? There's only vehicles every so
Yes,
often.
so the point being, it is weird how the Mushroom Kingdom has halberds. Perhaps they are only for decoration, but yes, exactly, Heathen. My
Hmm.
my point being, it seemed odd that there would be even decorative halberds in Princess Peach's castle, given that I don't think Bowser employs cavalry.
Maybe he did at one point, and that's why. Like,
That's the dark secret.
he at one point there were mounted Koopa brigades. Uh, the Mushroom Kingdom developed pole arms, and they stopped doing that. Anyway,
I like the idea of teams of 3 or 4 toads wielding one polearm, like the famous photo of raising the flag on Iwo Jima. Except there's 4 toads going with one polearm.
excellent. Oh, and Techno is here. Marvelous. We don't
Oh, that
usually
is
get to
true.
have
That
the
one of
duck
the
happen
neighbors.
on
Yeah.
this overlay, so I didn't realize it would be under the text. This is an edge case I didn't test for. Uh, there we go. There.
I wasn't paying enough attention, but I do like it.
My my
Now, thankfully, Heathen's comment is obscured by the Mighty Duck, but you may want to read it anyway.
Oh, I definitely accounted for that usually. I'm building a whole system, but this is not the stream to talk about it. You know what this is the stream for? Playing a goddamn video game. So I'm going to run the intro and get to that. Welcome properly to the jewelry box and to the inverted castle, and back once more to control. This is the end of ends. We have only the DLCs to tackle, and then that will have been everything. Oh, don't turn the spicy down. Look, Oz is out. Oz is getting water. I have a Capri Sun to vampire. There, drained. All right. Moving onwardly, I have a cool ass suit. We are here in the Foundation. Um, Somehow I managed not to pick that. Not now. I guess I didn't. I guess on purpose didn't pick shit up. Let's read about ley lines. For all my research into the oldest house's ley lines, I still don't understand why they converge here at the base of this pillar. I suppose the simplest reason is they have to converge somewhere, Occam's razor and all that, but that seems wrong. The esoteric world abhors coincidence. So what is the true relationship between this pillar and the ley lines? Does it act as a magnet, attracting them? Polar north? Or is the pillar a product of their focused energies? A sprout nourished by the constant flow of the oldest house's power? Perhaps classifying that power would provide some insight. However, we currently have no means of measuring or quantifying it. Given time, it may be possible to collect and even harness this energy. On that note, Northmore is bringing in the much-lauded Dr. Gustav Wagner from headquarters in D.C. to aid my research. I suppose this is his way of saying he doesn't trust me to work unsupervised. Let's hope Dr. Wagner is smart as his deeply departed Führer once believed him to be. Oof! I mean, since I last broadcast, I defeated the jukebox completely. Those of you in my Discord may have seen me posting about the reward suit. Consequently, I have some new weapon mods and so on. Also, you can't go over this. It's very pesky. You just can't go above it. But yeah, we're here in the what was this place? Foundation. There's some deeply worrying cave art of the former, maybe, and some other shit going on. Yeah. We have the power to make crystals happen, which will be critical in getting the fuck up here. Haha. Did that...
Oh, I am back.
Did that boulder just, like, come at me of its own accord, or what? Welcome back.
Yes. So, you know how there's those rocks that you chose to get the opportunity to create? The rocks, or, like, those weird prism things, or the hell they are, they move on their own.
Okay.
Sometimes. I don't think it's usually threatening to you, but they do. Now,
Okay.
may I make an opening suggestion now that you are back in game? You may want to ditch the press conference suit in favor of the ass-kicking suit, because I seem to remember you prefer the other outfit more, and you have to do that in Central Executive.
I figured I'd give this suit some time, but I don't know.
Yeah, sure, then don't change it. There's only one thing I want to point out about it that I didn't point out previously. You may notice that its framing features an inverted pyramid in...
Yeah, just like the golden suit.
Yes, exactly.
It's very good.
Yep. Well, anyway, this area is actually very non-linear. If I remember correctly, there are actually 3 things you can do.
Yeah.
Picking the assembling perk instead of the destruction perk has limited your options that actually make forward progress, but there are already side quests you can do and already lore items you can pick up. So I'm not going to have much to say. You just look around. There's a lot to see down here.
I have done some looking around.
Like, have you noticed that the giant black pillars that extend into infinity also appear present here in the foundation of the oldest house?
Yes, indeed.
You know what I mean about the sort of, like, metaphysical parking garage deal, right?
Yeah. So I was itching to play more of this when, like, immediately after the last stream. So there's a cave over here somewhere that I have already been in, and some chests over here somewhere that I had already been in.
This cave has a note from Director Northmore telling people to not piss into the abyss.
Yes.
And a few free items in loot.
And, yeah. And then you get attacked.
Yeah, whatever. You clean that up, I'm sure.
Yep. You know what else
you know
what else I cleaned up while while we were offline.
Hopefully no piss.
No. The jukebox is no more. Fuck the entire jukebox.
Yeah, I assume you did. You tried it once or twice, and as I told you to not touch it, yeah, it's not worth it. It sucks.
Right, I can't change suits here. Right, we already covered that.
Yes.
No, I completed the jukebox. I got
Oh,
the
you actually
suit.
did all 3 tiers, and
Yep.
you got the like ranger like hazardous. It's basically this game's like HEV suit.
Yeah.
Essentially. I don't like the way it looks.
No, me either. I posted about it in my Discord, but like, I have completed the jukebox. That is not a thing that I wish to show off. It's just annoying.
Yep. All right. Yep, this is one of the ways you can go.
Okay, that was a little peculiar. But yeah, let's go to the warehouse. Which
May I make a suggestion? Get the 3 biggest, heaviest rocks you can find and keep them on hand. There you
okay.
go. Oh, right, you have to pull crystals out. Yeah, you're gonna have to drop these, sorry. I thought the fight was right here. The fight is actually later. I guess repeat this process when you're on the upper half of this. This is the, these little weird diagonal passages you'll see from place to place are, you know what a red door looks like, right? So,
In what context?
these are the, if you somehow got up here, that's the passageway where there is physically no way to get up here because there are no items available and there is no way to increase your max levitation height unless you have taken this specific upgrade.
Got
So
it.
this is the pathway that is exclusive to the upgrade you took, and this is the correct way to go forwards. It's just interesting from a game design perspective because you'll see a couple of those other weird diagonal corridors through here, and they're very opaque from my perspective.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I saw a couple last stream. I just didn't push
Yeah,
forward.
you could
for-
backtrack and get that stuff now. This is the room with the fight, by the way.
Huh. Kinda looks it. Also kinda doesn't look it, but here we are. Melee! Okay. It's very dark down here. Having spent pretty much the entire game in a place that's designed to be a well-lit building, cave, not a well-lit building.
You may be able to find flashlights or other sources of light around.
Right, I
Needing
can
to
carry
light your-
those.
Yeah, needing to light your area is a pretty big theme of both the first and second DLC. Because while the main premises of the whole base game, as you mentioned, are well lit, this game does have an incredibly good dynamic lighting engine, and I think they wanted to show that off in the later parts of the game.
Okay. Can I get this lamp? No. Alright, fine, I'll just press on. Okay, well, I got the rocks, whatever. Boop, boop, boop. Do hope there's not an ambush in any of these weird caves. I mean, obviously we know, but like... Oh. Alright, sure, another control point. Now, is this the warehouse that, like, attacks you on the full moon, or is that a different warehouse we read about?
I feel comfortable revealing that this is unrelated.
Okay.
Completely.
Oh. Hi.
You could whip out that sniper rifle. You dropped it from the rocket launcher earlier, but you may find it useful here.
Oh, 8. All right. Return to... Oh, Jesus. You know what? Just stop fighting me. That's better. Oops. Still hostiles. Just... Or not? Hold on. That's a weird crack. So yeah, the other power of opening things would have let me through that instead. Wait, what? Oh, that is the correct height to get over to this. Got it. Nope. It's worth trying.
Is this a Bureau ID badge? Looks so old.
That's not a thing I can look at. Okay, I need the phone notifications to stop.
Definitely want to see this.
I believe that Bureau ID badge is actually a key card of some sort. By the way, you just got a max tier C's accelerator. I wonder how fast it is. Personal mod. Wait, you have a tier 6 mod. You have multiple tier 6 mods. You must have gotten that from the jukebox, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
They also have new icons I wanted to ask you about.
Yeah, so you see how the those mods have little pillars or broken pillars in the top left? That means they're from DLC 1, the Foundation. Those mods did not exist until DLC 1.
Okay.
If you see that see those mods down there in tier 4, they have the other icon, which is like an X around a diamond.
Yeah.
Those are DLC 2 mods.
Got it. Plus 86% seize speed.
I will have you know, that mod right there, top and center, the tier 6 ammo recovery on evade use, I use that always, at all times. And the reason why is, why have your energy recharge faster when you can have your guns give you energy back when you shoot people, and every time you dodge using the energy, you get ammo back to shoot people with the guns? Do you see what I'm saying? It gives you an infinite loop.
I suppose that's fair, yeah. I hadn't really thought of that particular thing, so I guess I can pretty healthily replace that.
Yeah, I don't feel like you need to do this. I actually would replace the launch energy cost, because you'll more than pay back that with...
Also, yeah, I found this in there,
yeah,
which is...
very helpful, yeah, I agree. Yeah, no, I just...
Why go back and get the sniper?
I think that is the single strongest personal mod, which is why I'm so, like, insistent on it. I even specifically mentioned it in my most experienced control player post. Like, I mentioned it by name. Like, evade, ammo recovery on evade. Because it lets you just toss out a constant barrage of bullets and launch projectiles. And also be in iframes.
Her orders Me and my research team have established a permanent examination lab in the Foundation. I basically live down here now, like the obedient head of research father raised me to be. I spend my days investigating that odd pillar where Northmore found the handgun.
Sound familiar?
Was
Yeah.
half-hearted at first, I admit.
That pillar that you just walked past, which is the connection between the board and the oldest house, the Foundation.
I didn't walk past it exactly. I fucked.
Yeah,
Well, it's over in the other place.
Yeah.
Is the crossroads. I started building something. Equal parts talisman and technology. An array that can impose order on the ley junctions. That's the idea, at least. We'll see when I'm done. I prefer to work away from the pillar. I'm not the only one who feels like that thing has eyes.
So are those just kind of doing that to allow me to do the thing that I did?
Yes, so you found a secret side entrance in which can only be accessed from outside, but then once you've been to that floor once, the elevator will let you go there when you put the energy core in, I think.
Got it.
Yes.
Pick up the...
Weird place to leave an ID card, but okay.
Jesse, at this point, I think you can... You think you, of all people, can pretty comfortably understand that they didn't leave the ID card. Like, not in the sense of, oh, it's a weird place to set that down intentionally. It's like, I feel it's more of a case of, like, probably vaporized or something. What the fuck? Huh. Just kind of sitting on a little pedestal.
Another ID card. For a cartographer.
Remarkably, nothing to actually read in here. I was sort of assuming that these would be full of lore. Hello, Sean. On the pyramid and geometry. I've been going through my library researching pyramids and triangles. If that shape does relate to the board as Northmore says, then perhaps our predecessors in the occult can offer some insight through their geometric knowledge. In esotericism, the triangle is closely associated with the Holy Trinity and other three-part concepts: past, present, future, mind, body, spirit. Interestingly, the term board also implies multiple parts. Upright triangles in Judeo-Christian imagery indicate ascent into the rational or divine realm. Inverted, it signifies a descent into corporeal or human. Naturally, the ascent is masculine and the fall is feminine. Okay, fuck off.
Adam and Eve, that's just a bit of old world patriarchy. It's 1964 now. We're well past that silliness.
Are we?
Aged well. Yeah, that aged well.
We're well past that silliness. No, we're not. Considering the above, what does the inverted triangle tell us about the board? They're clearly not corporeal or human. Perhaps they wish to be, or they once were. The likeliest answer is simply that theological imagery cannot help us define alien entities. But still, the pyramid seems significant. Shapes have power, and clearly so does the board. Oh, I'm finally getting all of those shifting fragments.
I do like the fact, though, that his first assumption is if this, like, magnificent alien presence exists, it has probably existed for most of human history, you know? So he's like looking back through religion to see if there's any like indications of it. And I mean, of course, he didn't mention the Egyptian pyramids, right?
Right.
But like that's probably what it's on everyone's mind, right? Is if the Egyptians saw the upside down pyramid, maybe they built one to meet it or several. Do you see what I'm saying? Like the what's the thing called? Read this first.
Yeah, Heathen points out it's also Kabbalistic.
Yes, it is.
Theory,
Yeah.
which, yeah.
I think that's actually mentioned in a different lore item, Heathen. So you kind of sequence broke that.
The oldest house has revealed much to me during my months in the Foundation, but many questions remain. Primarily, the tree etchings bewilder me. What is their significance? If the house has changed shape over its lifetime as I've theorized, then why was a tree its first form? I sent a team to the...
Then was a tree.
Oh, then...
its first form.
Yep, sorry, I keep doing that. I sent a team to the Schwartzman building in search of pre-settlement accounts of Manhattan Island. From those, I discovered a single relevant line. And there I found a tree not known to me, the devil twisted within its bark. That line, taken with the fact that certain American cultures believed some trees would offer wisdom and guidance, is indeed interesting. However, it's hardly firm evidence, and though I am now bound to the oldest house, I remain a man of science. Of course, there are numerous ancient beliefs regarding trees. Yggdrasil, the tree of knowledge. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that.
Yeah, same here. I have no idea.
Some cultures offered blood sacrifices to trees, while others claimed trees endowed chosen individuals with inhuman powers. Do New York City's many murders act as sacrifice for the oldest house? Does the house have a chosen champion? Is it me?
I can tell you right now that I just put that in Google Translate. It has no idea what that is.
Oh, okay, great.
Oh, it's impossible to mispronounce.
Yes, I assumed that it was some like statement or offside comment or aphorism in a non-English language that was like finishing the sentence. Yeah, no, Google doesn't know.
Okay.
Probably something they made up for the game.
Yes, that's what I'm assuming then. But I cannot remember any other lore items that are in distinctly not.
Alright, I can finally do that.
Yes. Hey, feel free to buy it. No, you can buy a free tier 6 mod now. Do you know what I mean?
I suppose, yeah. They're tier 6, right? So
yeah, if you want to, just feel free to buy one. I just want to see what it is. Roll the gotcha.
I actually don't
At
have
least
enough
one.
for any of these.
Yeah, at least once, just roll it.
I
You can,
Oh.
No, the bottom center one is lit. Jewels.
What?
The ones that are lit up are the ones you can click.
Well, you said gun mod.
Oh no, I said personal mod.
Oh, I misheard you then.
Yeah. Oh yeah, just roll that. I want to see what it is.
Oh!
Wait, I've never seen that before. It gives you $10 every time you pick up a health pickup.
Sick.
Hey, maybe that's useful to keep on hand. If you need to farm some cash from easy fights.
I mean, I guess I can push this button again.
No, be warned that refreshing actually does cost quite a bit if you roll over the fights 1,000
Oh.
each time. So
Whoops.
it adds up quickly. Yeah.
Okay, well, let me push this button one more time then. That's the same thing I already have. Rough. Yeah, that is identical. Well, yeah, if I kill a whole bunch of people and there's a bunch of bits on the ground, I guess I'll just put this on and before I pick them up. 'Cause why not? Okay. Sweet. So there's that little locked door back here, which I assumed the key cards would be for, but it doesn't seem to be interactable. Yeah.
You haven't yet found the embodiment of all keys.
is the object archetype of a skeleton key?
Okay, so you were talking about, Heathen was talking about being too close to Yggdrasil. Did you not notice the etchings of a upside-down tree with many branches that led you to the foundation in the first place? That thing that Ati was next to and took his vacation to?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Heathen saw it. I was confirming that Jules saw it.
Yeah, I had remarked on it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
good lord.
yeah, if the fact that there are the quote-unquote old gods of Asgard is anything to go by...
Oh, and only one of them
Control-
works. Cute.
Yeah, Control has a extremely Nordic interpretation to its theology.
No,
I
no,
guess is what I
two
would
of
say.
them work.
This is a fun puzzle. I hope you can figure out what to do.
Well, I have to assume I put one of them on the elevator and the other one plugged in behind the elevator. I don't actually know where goal point 2 is.
Actually, speaking of a giant squirrel boss, I would like to make a mass deviation. And are you aware of the green card Might of Oaks in Magic the Gathering?
Yes.
Okay, are you aware of the art of that card?
Not off the top of my head.
Here, let me see if I can find it. I'm just gonna go look it up on Gatherer, see if I can find. Yes, this is exactly the one. All right, I'm DMing it to you.
I got it on
Might
screen
of-
here.
Yeah, Might of Oaks from Urza's Legacy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were talking about a giant squirrel boss named Ratatosk. Yeah, that one. That's immediately what I thought of. I'm glad to see that people know what that card is. Yes.
After numerous attempts, I finally found a way to intercept and contain the ambient energy of the ley lines in a
Aristotelian battery, I guess.
Aristotelian battery I've dubbed the power core. I admit it was difficult capturing an energy I can barely measure, much less interacting with it. Luckily, it seems that the porous stone of the Foundation's cavern possesses such conductive qualities. Using stone flakes and copper wire, my power cores collect significant power. My early prototypes collected too much, in fact, but I have since reinforced the container. We yet don't know the repercussions of tapping into this power field. As a precaution, these devices should not be taken outside the house. Ideally, the Bureau should no longer need to rely on typical energy sources. It's my greatest feat of engineering yet. I've always had an interest in invention. I like the creativity that it allowed, set within the firm boundaries of logic and physics. Father never approved, calling it a mundane science. With that in mind, I dedicate this invention to Theodore Ashe Sr. May he scowl in peace.
So,
Did
may
you
notice-
make the containment for what I'm assuming is Northmore's not dead body?
the first time, probably. What I was going to say is, you may notice how, contrary to the rest of the Bureau, what you find down here is very much not censored or redacted.
Yeah.
I think it's because it was before it was really a well-formed government agency that redacted everything.
I do hope that the prototype energy cores are used in a puzzle that involves explosions.
Entry day plus 51. Northmore has ordered an all-hands search for objects similar to the service weapon. He claims there are more in the house, though I don't see how he's so certain. He's been strange lately, talking about joining greater causes, and frequently mentioning the pyramid. After pressing him, he finally described this pyramid to me. Inverted, black, mathematically perfect. Oddly enough, Adam and the other id have shown me numerous inverted triangles painted on the cave walls. Surely there's a connection. I don't see it yet. As far as occult symbols go, Triangles are by no means rare. Flood, Levi, Kroll, they used that shape like it was going out of fashion.
It's a good shape.
Standing on their base, triangle signifies
The
stability
triangle
and
is a
strength.
three-pointed shape.
Inverted
The
on
minimum
their
number of...
points, they represent conflict
I'll
and
wait for him to
stagnation.
finish.
Of course, the orientation is just a matter of perspective. Looking at the pyramid from below gives you one, from above another. Northmore says he looks up at the inverted pyramid. I have to wonder, is anyone standing over it, looking down?
Alright, so what I was going to say is, the other reason triangles are interesting is because they are a geometric optimality. It takes 3 points to define a two-dimensional plane. This is also why all modern three-dimensional graphics are rendered using immense numbers of triangles. It is the simplest
No.
possible-
Mm.
Just take the elevator back up, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's the simplest possible two-dimensional surface, period. So you ever hear memes about, how many polygons are in something? Yeah, those polygons are all triangles, because it is actually easier to render 6 triangles than to render 1 pentagon.
Pentagons
Oh.
are made out of 3 triangles, right?
Yes, pentagons are 3 triangles. And squares are 2. Like, if you were looking at a texture for something that's a perfect square, it's not a square. It's actually 2 triangles with a diagonal line between them.
Yeah. Which
Polybridge builders represent.
Yeah,
in
when you have
rudimentary
6,000
rendering engines can be a huge fucking weird problem.
Yeah, if you have a graphics card with 6,000 parallel cores, it's easier to just draw 2 triangles.
Okay, well, I guess let's try and figure out where the hell that box went. Hopefully it's still left on floor 3, but I'm going to check where I got it just to make sure. Still on floor 3. What the hell's that? Nothing. Here.
I mean, I have always believed that the simplest approximation of a sphere is an isosahedron, a D20. Responding to the comment that the optimal way to make soft shapes is with large numbers of triangles.
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't it be I don't know, what is it? Tetrahedron?
No, but that obviously doesn't look anything like a sphere. What I'm saying is
No.
the smallest conceivable object that could look like a sphere. Like, if you were going to make a very, very tiny 3D object, which people had to believe was a sphere, like a tiny little flake of dust that needed to be spherical, you'd make it a D20.
Wait, you
That's
can
okay.
stop this?
Subjective.
There is a lot of complexity to this central elevator. There is a lot of puzzling to it. I'm just gonna let you figure it out on your own, because I will not lie, I was here for like an hour and some change just figuring out all the stuff they hate on this manually controllable elevator.
Did they design it poorly on purpose, or is it malfunctioning?
Well, you need to slam all the power cores into it to get access to all the floors, and you can manually stop it anywhere, and well, I don't want to spoil.
Fair. Has this been spoiled? Is the board the people? Does the board choose the director, or do they merely try to influence the director?
Jules, how comfortable are you with me giving a direct answer?
Don't
if it
for
hasn't-
now.
There's a
If it
lot
hasn't come
about
up yet, then
there's a lot about the board in this DLC specifically.
it's my fault for not paying attention for any of the game.
Yeah. What you know so far is that the board picks the director by people who grasp the service weapon, and those who are deemed unworthy are usually end up dead.
A service
That's what we
weapon
know so far.
does
The service weapon being the gun that is in Jesse's hand right now. It has been known to take multiple forms throughout history and is now commonly seen as a handgun. You can see in the audio logs that Northmoor says, "Where's the handgun?" and similar.
Can it be a sword? Or knife?
It is believed to be the Spear of Destiny of ancient folklore. The same item. That is in the OOP1 log, which Jules has already read.
So
And to
not
be completely fair, there isn't anything else about the service weapon that we have not already read. So, if you have questions about specifically, I can just answer them in full detail.
in its most primitive form, still something of a projectile weapon.
It is Excalibur. It's the hero's weapon.
Ah,
Yes. Yes, heathen, I've heard about this. And yeah, it's
Wait, why didn't I
It
get
is-
that before?
it is the conceptual hero's weapon. The service weapon is.
so this is DLC, huh?
This is the first DLC of the game. Yes, that's because you went through that hole last time, Jules. There are in fact 2, last I checked.
Classic.
Classic? Well, what do you mean classic?
Wrong hole shenanigans.
Oh Jesus Christ, Dewey!
Perfect.
I thought you said well, that was heathen who promised not to be spicy. Can I get you to take the same vow? Thank you. Please, we are playing a video game.
Yes, playing a very serious.
Per archival
I will
mandates
hold back.
8.A, this document has been edited to meet current administrative standards. Certain terminology may be out of date. This
Paradimensional occurrence. Yeah, that sounds like an outdated terminology for a threshold.
Fair, yeah. Consisted of 3 sequential sinkholes induced by subterranean implosions revealing foreign material of magmatic qualities. A local
Wait,
chapter.
that sounds awesome, but also really dangerous.
A local chapter of the Youth Science League were participating in an archaeological dig on the hill when the event occurred. Many boys were injured in the resulting collapse. Some touched the magma directly. Bureau agents arrived at the scene 7 days after the incident. Samples of the lava-like material were taken. The area was quickly sealed off from the public at our recommendation. Our aim was to ensure all remnants of the material were rendered inoffensive. But the magma descended too deeply into the earth to retrieve. Foul-smelling odors were detected in the area, which were hypothesized as being the dissipated elements vapor trail left at the scene. All acquired material was delivered to Washington for further examination in the Bureau's on-site laboratories. Huh. Meteor Hill.
It's reminiscent of the meteor from Color Out of Space in that it sort of evaporated.
Sure, I'll just pull its wheels up through the bottom. So this has to go to the bottom floor, the one I don't have access to, so that I can then have access to it. I wonder if I can do that thing I accidentally found out about. Where Where this plugs into, though?
What is that?
It's an excerpt from Tom Hardy's "Have You Checked Your Butthole?" Thank you, Dewey.
Well, have you? Talking about wrong hole shenanigans, have you?
Oh, good. Okay, cool. We're all on the same page now.
I know nothing except that the interrupt is labeled "Where is it?"
Yeah, fair. No, I admit I have not.
What are we supposed to check it for, Jules?
Power cube attachment points. That's what I'm looking for.
If you can power me with non-Aristotelian batteries, I am all for it, even if it has to go up my ass. Just gonna tell you right now.
Yeah, Tesseract. And Odia.
Oh, Heathen has a question about the interrupts.
The issue with surprise has not been fixed. It still breaks everything in half. I'm very
okay.
sorry.
That's the for good measure. That's the surprise, motherfucker one, right?
Yeah.
That is really disappointing. Surprise, motherfucker! Everything is broken.
Yeah, it crashes the chatbot outright, and I haven't had an opportunity to fuck with it.
Honestly, one that does that sort of on purpose for like a significant amount of channel points would not be a bad idea.
Okay, here's a stupid question.
What are you doing?
I think I know what's gonna happen.
Oh no.
It probably just won't
No!
move.
Okay, yeah, it just kind of forces it out.
To answer your question, the second you press that button, it produces
Invisible
an invisible
walls.
wall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. Okay. Well,
It actually bothers me that given the complexity of this puzzle, they don't let you send the elevator around manually. I feel like they should let you do that, even though it is not necessary for any of the solutions.
I'm not sure I understand what I'm meant to be trying to do here. I imagine there's a power cube receptacle in the very bottom of this place, which is where that locked door leads into. But if I can't get access to the elevator shaft... I mean, I guess I can get access to the elevator shaft in some fashion, but I don't really know how I would do it. There's a bug I was able to exploit earlier about getting these things to connect places, but I don't know where specifically the receptacle is either. So that's not going to work for me this time.
Does any sort of exploit exist where you lift up the box that you are standing on?
No. On account of how the game engine tries to, like...
Right.
put it into a specific place. Okay, so this is not actually hollow. I figured I'd try that.
Holy shit.
What's up?
No. It has nothing to do with control and nothing to do with the stream. I've been made aware of an extremely widespread Minecraft 1.7.10 modded exploit that allows for remote code execution across servers of the users of about 40 popular mods. And those are only the popular mods that are vulnerable. And that includes some mods that everyone uses, such as Journey Map or Logistics Pipes.
Oh
or
God.
Smart Moving.
What a
or-
thrill.
Yeah. Okay, so Heathen, I believe you were talking specifically about the Neko client crypto miner exploit. Okay, I say crypto miner exploit because it does that, but it actually does a lot of things, like stealing credentials from every known goddamn service. No, that is also at large right now, and the modded Minecraft community is kind of in a tizzy because they're so like security conscious that they've been hunting through everything. They've been hunting through mods that are 10 years old, which is how they found this exploit. So yeah, not a good time to be playing modded Minecraft, and I completely respect your decision to play Mabinogi instead. But the issue is, I technically still own a mod pack. I mean, I haven't really updated it since like 2020, but it's
Is it just a question of push this button from out here?
yes, it is, Jules. As for your question, Heathen, yes and no. There is a tool you can download that'll check whether you're infected. There are instructions how to clean the infection. If you have cleaned the infection, you can play vanilla. But yes, the installation, or the virus can spread from modded to vanilla installations. Yes, that is correct. However, if you have never opened a modded client, then obviously vanilla is safe to play. Vanilla itself is not compromised and never was compromised. It's also worth pointing out that this self-replicating malware was only active on CurseForge servers for about 36 hours.
Huh.
Good. You're a woman of culture.
36 hours is significant.
36 hours is very significant, especially when you're talking about a user base of like 20 million. Right? You are right. It is still out there. It is a very real thing. I can pull up all the blog posts if you want. I just don't want to derail the stream too much. We're playing Control, not Minecraft.
Minecraft users are not gonna overlap hugely with cybersecurity experts either.
Actually,
Some
you'd
overlap.
be surprised. Minecraft's player base is large enough that yes, there is actually a lot of overlap.
Okay, so I can send the elevator somewhere else by being out here when I push the button. But that still doesn't get me access to the elevator shaft.
Yeah. So, this is because the way this elevator works is the door is open if the elevator is arrived at that floor. Otherwise, the door is closed. You cannot get into the elevator shaft without the elevator.
Yeah.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to take this to the floor below here, I think.
Well, then just pick it up and put it in the elevator and then key in the floor below it.
I can't go to the floor below this one.
Is this floor 1 warehouse entrance?
Yeah.
Okay, turn around. Look outside. Look outside. There's a door. Have you considered carrying it out the window and taking it downstairs?
Yeah, that
Is
door
there
doesn't
another-
open.
Oh.
I assume that
Wait,
door
hold on
is
a second.
opened.
Go down to that door. Go down to that door. With or without the power cube, it doesn't matter. You're talking about that door down there that is currently locked, right?
Yes.
Okay, I will just tell you, right now, that door opens later.
Oh.
You might be able to hit it and see how it... You see how it's locked and it doesn't seem to give any indication of when it opens? There is a way to open this door, and behind this door is an optional boss fight and a large amount of lore content, but I believe you
Oh.
can only access it at the end of this expansion.
Okay. Well, then I
So
have
you're not-
no idea what I'm meant to be doing with the power cube. I thought
The
it was
extra
on that
power
floor.
cube?
Huh?
I can tell you right now, that elevator has more than 3 floors. In fact, I think it has 5.
Oh,
So you're
good.
gonna have to find ways to go further up, which may require inserting power cubes in unexpected locations. Do not worry, none of them are anal insertions.
Great.
The first question I was gonna ask.
I'm glad that we're on the same page.
Just imagine if that was how they had done Death Stranding.
No.
I do not want to imagine that. Minus 56 social credit score.
So there's ways that I found to wedge this between floors.
But you're able to stop it at any time, right?
Well, close to any time. Like if I take it down here, and then once it starts moving, stop it again.
Jules, do I have the ability to post arbitrary GitHub links in your chat?
I don't believe I authorized GitHub.
Okay.
Send it to
That's
me.
probably fine. Oh yeah, sure. I was trying to send this to Heathen because it was relative. It was the Minecraft malware she was talking about. This is like a GitHub repository that has a fix, a detection program, and every conceivable bit of information you can need about the Minecraft malware attack she is talking about.
Okay.
No, don't worry, Heathen. This is not... It's not highly technical. Okay, there is a highly technical part of this page, but there is an entire section of, like, what do you do if you are just a dumb player and you know nothing about cybersecurity? And this is the malware you're talking about, so hopefully that puts you more at ease.
The problem with this elevator is that although you can stop it between floors, you do need to have the floors available to stop between.
Yeah.
It is a... I think they really succeeded here by taking an item of... They literally just made a building, and they managed to implement an extremely complicated and multi-layered puzzle with a single elevator.
Is this necessary right now, or can I push on into these caves?
Okay, have you played Metroid Prime 3 Corruption?
Once.
Okay, do you remember the weird little green lines on ledges that indicated you could use the ledge grip on those ledges?
Yes.
What the fuck is that? What does that look like to you?
Yeah.
That is there to indicate to you that you should go in this direction.
Okay.
That is what is called a progression flag. This is how you keep going forwards. This cave goes up and lets you access that same tower at a higher level. Okay.
Yep. Just had to sneeze. Might have... Yeah, I had to again. It's fine. Ugh. What? I love... Okay, you can make it out of... Okay, well, maybe it's broken now. You can make it out of brooms and shit, or you can apparently just carve it in sand. That's kind of amusing.
That's the bonfire equivalent, right?
Yeah, regarding when I was talking about progression flags, I meant that quite literally in terms of it being a flag that is draped from the ledge. Like, it's a brightly colored object that does not match the rest of the surroundings that is meant to indicate every time you see it, hey, this is different, maybe I should go look at this. You may have noticed there were no other yellow tarp dangling from any other object anywhere.
The problem with that is that some people will interpret
Jules,
it
you are
as-
getting sniped.
I see it now.
Remember what the Q key does? Maybe hit it. That's a sniper boss. He's gonna one-shot you. Well, he's gonna health kit you in a single shot. Yes, see, that's the Q key. There's a chair guy.
Oh
right
boy.
there. You know how to do a chair guys, right?
Yeah. That, but faster.
Well played, well played. You know how to do a pickaxe guys, right?
Nope.
Have you tried shooting it until it dies?
Wrong gun.
That was not the wrong gun. That was extremely effective. Jules, I believe you have accidentally pressed the RP walk keybind. You may need to unbind it.
Did you revoke reality on that one person?
I did that. What's the RP?
I would say more so that you turned them into an involuntary kebab very temporarily.
Oh, yep, I sure did do that accidentally, didn't I?
Yes, that would explain why your combat mobility was lacking. You may need to look at the controls and see what you bound the RP walk keybind to.
It's Alt.
Oh, okay. You figured it out? Excellent.
Yes, I remembered what I set it to once I figured out what you meant.
Mort's a great guy. He loves talking to everyone.
Very loudly. I don't like whatever that is.
He's very chill about it. Unless they don't pick up his calls. If they don't pick up his calls, he gets a little bit more forceful.
Yeah, sorry. Oh my god, the Noida tie-in. I never expected.
That was exactly what I was thinking, actually. I looked at that. When you looked at that, I heard the Noida, you have anger of the gods, like, oh, like gong sound in my head.
I was
Yeah, so
playing...
at least now you see what the guy was talking about the cave things and whatnot.
This game doesn't make sense.
What?
It's just got a pit underneath it.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Did you miss the part where the astral plane is bleeding into the foundation of the oldest house, so there are literally like pockets into a plane of infinite energy?
Yeah, I absolutely missed that.
Okay, there you go. That's the explanation. I can't say more
I know.
right now. Listen closely.
Seems important.
Not sure she's ready.
I'm here, aren't I? I saved the Bureau once, and I'll do it again.
Oh, so is this taking place post main story?
Yes, this is DLC 1. It is directly after the main story. See the little yellow tart from earlier? It's down there.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I was gonna say, having something so different can help get your attention, but it could also indicate to some people that it's demarcating a division between old content and new content that don't relate to each other.
Yes. The second DLC is accessed literally by adding a new entry to the sector elevator, like the main elevator of the whole game. And in fact, there's like a ghostly voice in your head that says, you will check out the new sector, or whatever. So.
More thing about Meteor Hill. The retrieved material was subjected to Fellstrom's array. Hate that. Configuration 74.
Physically eluding the equipment. That makes me even more upset. The matter began to physically elude the equipment. Attempts to constrain the element were made, but under further stress, it became vaporous. The researchers suffered corrosive injuries prior to their deaths. What?
Child victims at Meteor Hill recounted the material enveloping them in a pleasant manner.
Division, remember?
Yeah. In a pleasant manner upon making contact, but when discovered they were
melting
and screaming. Bodily changes were perceived immediately. Deformities, loss of pigment in the skin and hair, mental symptoms. The Department of Public Knowledge and Diversions gave statements claiming the incident was caused by debris from poorly made Russian satellites, which the public accepted with no complications. It was the 60s, after all. The children were sent to the Bureau's recuperation facility to receive help away from society.
The Bureau's recuperation facility in New York, i.e. the oldest house.
Yeah.
And this may explain where Threshold... No, go back to that. Go back to that.
Whoop.
This may explain where Threshold kids came from.
Oh.
It was Meteor Hill supplement. Okay, so I hate to be this guy, but have you played Metroid Prime 1?
Yes.
Deformities, loss of pigment in hair, increased aggression and muscle mass. I'm like, yes. Did you scan everything in friggin' Orpheon like I did?
Entry.
I take it you're not a big fan of being talked to with a 15-second GIF in the background.
Not a huge one, no.
Well, I can tell you that Marshall rambles a lot less than Trench does. Unread, all becoming director from Marshall. Bottom.
Got it.
She does not look thrilled with her job.
I've served under 2 directors. 3 now, I suppose. Trench and I worked our way up together. We made it through the tough cases, the bad days, the casualties.
The mold with a
He
fork
was
in
the
it.
epitome of a good agent. Smart, decisive, selfless. And he picked up that damn gun. Becoming director is a formal process overseen by the board. Lots of ritual and mystery. After that, key staff provide detailed briefs on all classified matters, past and present. But with Faden, well, there's no protocol for field promotion. The girl's smart, has a good head on her shoulders. I'm trusting her to handle the hiss upstairs, while I hold them off here. All this shit with the nail, the board, I'm not sure she's ready. Besides, I work better alone.
There you go. Since you were asking questions about how the whole director promotion things works, I wanted you to listen to that because it's directly relevant.
Got it.
So yes, the board kind of picks a new director and the bureau has to work around it.
Yeah, this is the sort of thing, like game, where I can't take what anyone says without a grain of salt.
Yeah.
It's one of those mind game things, but if you
Okay,
say it's
well-
true, that's cool.
Yes, if I say it, you should definitely believe it because I've read all like 646 lore items in this game.
Yeah.
And I also have no intention of misleading you.
You are the subject matter expert for Control.
Yeah.
Oz is,
Hey, that
as
was bad.
observed previously, the experienced control player. Okay, so that's not one of the nodes I can kill. That
No,
is a...
you didn't even blow that up. Look back at it. Is it still there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
Blow it up harder. Doesn't look very dead to me. Looks pretty hissy. Wow.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I think that's, if I had to guess, that's the output of where I'm headed now.
Oh, is that one of, you think that's one of those like screaming walls? If you got closer to it, you'd hear it go like screeching or
Yeah.
whatever? Yeah. That would imply there's a fight room, wouldn't it?
Yep. Which you did warn me about, but I have... Well, I mean, I've had a few fights.
Have you ever noticed that every single control point has exactly 3 stands of some type, regardless of whether they're those weird like picture frame camera like light flash things or like just a pile of rocks?
Oh,
Yeah.
triangles again, huh?
And
yeah, I
they
was gonna
have...
say, remember what I said about 3 points defining a plane and a triangle?
And they have lines emanating from them, which I assume match up with the ley lines.
Have you also noticed how the enemies kind of upgrade from level 6 to level 8?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of level 8 sniper elites.
It's okay, just throw rocks at him.
Ooh. Look, man, I love kebabs. That's way too much for me, even with leftovers. You can take over the boss? Did you buy a couple upgrades?
Okay, that white effect is what I was referring to a while ago. I thought that
Yeah.
the two just vanished after you did it to them, but I guess they don't.
No, they
They get
don't.
kebabbed
When
instead.
you seize them, they become
What are you
become
doing here?
part of your team.
Okay, well, there's no reason to have worse of these anymore. Waiting in the wings. I'm just getting full on mods, you know?
Yeah. This is a very common part of playing Control. You get mods, they're garbage, you sell them. So- I mean, you've played Borderlands, right? Randomly generated loot, 95% of it's
Control the
garbage.
looter shooter? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes, actually, you're joking, but no, that's actually, they put looter shooter mechanics in this game.
Oh, only half.
Well, there's a lot of looting and a lot of shooting, so
Yeah?
I don't think it's that ridiculous
Wait,
to say.
was that a
they're-
better...
No, it was a tier 4 spin rate of fire boost. It might be better if the number's higher. It's not. It's
It's
5%
not.
lower. Trash it.
Yeah, fair
Unless
point.
you want to stack two. Unless you want to stack 2 rate of fire boosts.
That one. Also, I probably don't need that anyway. Okay. Oh, right, that was the boss dying. I'm like, what the fuck was that noise? Oh, yeah. That's better. What's with these balls on little pedestals, by the way? They're
The
sparkling.
local explosive barrels throw 'em.
Oh, okay.
You pissed it off.
I guess I
the
just didn't
local explosive
recognize
barrels.
them.
Easy fix.
I get it. I didn't recognize them without the, like, mold place around them.
No, that's a different type of local explosive barrel. Those will actually explode without you touching them. As in the ones in the mold area. These
Yeah.
won't. Remember how there was a hiss wall there?
Uh-oh.
Yeah. That was the hiss wall, because you could have levitated there otherwise.
Got it.
Yeah.
Foundation etchings. My explorations of the Foundation have resulted in yet another mystery, a fascinating series of etchings on large stone tablets. The tablets themselves are likely not native to the Foundation, seeing as they're slabs of sedimentary stone, quite different from the cave's categorization-defying rock. Their placement and form are also too intentional to be naturally occurring. But who braved this place to carry them in, and for what purpose? I discovered a 5-point macro entanglement between the tablets, with the pillar at its center. These links seem to extend beyond our level of consciousness to some astral realm I can't detect. Is Northmore's board somehow tied to all this? The etchings on these tablets are similarly curious. They differ from the cave paintings in style and technique, so are clearly not of the same origin. Are they the visual narration of some event? Do they indicate intent, a wish, a plan? They only seem to consist of a tree and the pillar, but the sizes of either are inconsistent. What do they signify? Or what does that signify? I'm missing key pieces of this puzzle, and it's unlikely I'll ever find them. Ah.
Are these those hiss shits you can shoot? Can you shoot that?
No, I think those are pieces of the shifting, screaming hallway that I'm not meant to be able to see.
So it's a little visual error.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes it's not perfect.
Yeah, that's all meant to be inside of there. Sure. Could I also have just walked here?
Probably.
Yep.
This feels like the other end of the tunnel that you just flew away from.
Yep.
Who knows? Maybe there was.
I would believe that your job is to continue to ascend to the top of the tower, considering that your new power revolves around finding arbitrary ways upwards, and you keep finding these yellow tarps that would indicate continued ascension. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's
one I can shoot.
Oh.
That nice juicy sound of like you taking 6 cow livers and throwing them onto a concrete blender.
It honestly sounds like a rain stick to me. Maybe I wasn't listening.
People make sounds in the most interesting ways, so like I would not be surprised. After all, I've heard that apparently the sounds of the TIE fighter blasters in Star Wars are taken from apparently slamming hammers into those giant metal cables that hold up suspension bridges.
Really? I thought it was something to do with piano wire, like dragging on piano wire.
That's the thing. They have The blasters, like the handheld ones, those are
Okay.
piano wire, and the heavier weapons they wanted to find bigger wires. So
Huh.
they went to suspension bridges and did the same thing.
Natural evolution,
Yeah.
yes.
No, it makes complete sense, and it's really cool when you think about it.
That is pretty big brain.
Yes. I would pick up the other one and throw it in the slot, considering that one is already in the elevator.
Sure.
Jules, I don't think that's gonna work.
No, it'll work.
Oh.
Eventually.
It's not going to work at this close range, unfortunately, but I did find a bug where these ignore walls.
I like how it just smoothly plugs in after being thrown.
Yeah.
So you've found at least 2 more floors by this point, right? Like this has got to be 5 at least. So I suppose now you have access to the places in between 5.
Unfortunately,
everywhere
Ethan,
else.
you cannot play the Take Control song while you are playing the game, but you can open it at any time from the multimedia section of the collectibles menu. You cannot leave it playing while you play the game, though. And there is no way to re-engage Ati's earbuds and Walkman to play it arbitrarily. Sorry. There is, however, in DLC 2, a series of methods to refight all previous bosses and unique game segments. And I can tell you that, yes, if you replay the Ashtray Maze, it does replay the song.
Oh, good. We finally reached the warehouse.
This is floor 6? Question
More
mark?
a lot, and that looks like exactly what you were expecting. The roots of the tree, Yggdrasil, and the whatever the fuck that thing is. The thing you saw in the main room, right?
Yeah.
Can't
Yeah.
tell whether it's upside down.
I'm wise to your games now.
Notice that the wall's a different color, and there's a darker outline around it. Like, I don't know if you noticed that. It was clearly a separate prop.
Yeah.
By the way, fuck you, it's Super Metroid. That's a hidden save room. Eat my dick.
Oh, I was gonna say it's like exactly the same as like you know what book they'll pick off the shelf in a 50-year-old movie,
Yeah.
the animated movie. Same vibe.
Yeah, Jesus, it's not even a little subtle.
That's probably intentional, given that it's a hidden save room.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you
Yes.
when you do it subtly,
Even,
you end
I
up.
believe that
thinking
is the
you're-
intent. I think it's actually supposed to look like the Tree of Life, not Yggdrasil. It's just that there are a lot of lore items make mention to it.
Is Tree of Life different from Yggdrasil? I thought they were saying that they were different faces of the same thing.
Yeah, something like that. Jules, let me make a suggestion.
Yo.
Switch to the machine gun and belt rounds into the wall while it slides down. If you know which side it's on.
Well, it's gonna be on one of these.
You trying to shoot the red or? some
Or it's
entities?
not there anymore.
I mean, hey, part of the hit's motto is you are a worm through time. So, I mean, hey, maybe it's not there anymore.
Is it only there when you're going up?
Yeah, I think it's only there when you're going up. Did you find it?
One of them.
Maybe try some AoE damage? I'm not gonna go to the other side of the elevator first. You got it.
Got it.
At the expense of 20% of your health bar. But hey, there's a save room.
I mean, it was 20% for 100%. It's a good deal.
Okay, now you are significantly more dead because you got hit by both the implosion and the explosion. Maybe go up to the save room and get your health reset. At the very least, though, I can stand happy knowing that you have sufficiently spec'd the rocket launcher to do very large amounts of damage.
One more. Damn it! None of these did I stop at the right time. Okay.
It's fine.
Actually, is a form of content.
Excuse me. It's a hidden
That's the
save room
way-
that
that's the way
rehides itself.
forward. Yeah. I'll be back in a few minutes. Also, I should ask, we've been here for 90 minutes. Did I miss an ad break or something?
Yeah, I just kind of played through it because I was fucking around with the elevator.
Oh, yeah, that wasn't particularly important. All right, I'll be back in a few minutes.
Yeah, that ad breaks just got eaten by not realizing that fucking with the elevator is not what I need to do right now. Okay, so yeah, they only exist going up. Cool, thanks. Okay.
Seems like they came back.
Yeah, sure did. Well, god damn it. Nope, that's still too wall of a wall. Okay, hold on. New question. So it only exists going up. My only way to interact with it hurts me. And... Can't say I'm a fan.
If it's just going to keep coming back again and again, that's...
Well, until I get all of them, I think.
Yeah, you think that it's possible.
That's my guess, anyways, that I need to get all of them, and I have... Well, I basically one attempt.
Right, yeah, so it's, I guess... It's challenging you on your efficiency and resource management.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and unequip the radius boost, because that seems to be what's killing me. Yeah, it hitting me in the same goddamn room is a problem.
It's a pretty small room.
I need to push the button as soon as I see the red happen. Like that.
It did seem like the first descent where you were kind of higher than them worked well.
Really? Okay, well now I just can't get them anymore.
Interesting.
So my curiosity is whether they're meant to respawn or not. Because I can't kill the first two anymore. But I can kill
It
those
might be
two.
one of those cases where they respawn if you leave the area, but otherwise they don't.
Oh, I mean, we've just been going up and down an elevator. I suppose that you've
commonly
used the
do
save
that.
point. But I think that they come back regardless of that.
Well, using the save point makes you think of using a bonfire in Dark Souls, and a lot of games operate by that logic.
Yeah,
now
I
because of
can't-
Dark Souls.
I
Does
can't seem
control-
to hit them with anything else.
Then the explosion?
And the first two I can no longer hit at all.
That is really weird, and I don't remember this happening.
Are these part of the level, or are they just a side bit? Are they
not
main or
these
side?
These are not necessary. This is a side puzzle. I'll tell you that right now.
Okay, maybe I'll just tackle this later. Yeah, I can't kill the second two or the first two anymore. Even though I have figured out a method.
They reappeared visually, but you can't kill them.
Yeah, and they don't seem to have done anything.
Killing them hasn't done anything. You mean?
Yeah, killing them with the first two having visually respawned hasn't done anything.
What
Killing
else
the
can
third
you do
and
to
fourth
them?
one with the first and second one already dead has done nothing for you.
Yeah, so
that's
that...
why they must all die at once, and if the first two are invincible, it's bugged, and you're just gonna have to come back later.
Yeah, I'll just do this later. Unfortunate. Oh, hey, you know what I should do? I should put that back on.
What back on?
I took off the radius boost on the explosion just to help it not kill me so much.
Did that work?
Another
Yes.
etching, like the one I used to get in here.
Oh boy.
Remember that thing? That's an invisible screech. Be warned.
Oh.
The only downside of those crystal kebab stores is that yeah, nice job. That guy was on your side. Is that they omit your standard launch because I'm sure you've noticed it's the same keybind.
Yeah. Oh, all right, sure.
Did you know that Mick Screechy can be on your side? It appears as though you have acquired the talent for seizing large enemies while we were off screen.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you know you can seize health givers?
I did not.
As you may have seen the E prompt there for a second before you obliterated him. And yeah, seizing health givers is hilarious because you are basically unkillable as long as you have one of those on your side. It refills your health so fast.
You
Yeah,
create a
I've seen what it
pocket
does.
mage.
I've seen what it does for my enemies.
Mm-hmm. Now
Is
imagine
that
being
everybody?
able to survive direct spin fire continuously, forever, as long as one of those things is alive on you. Very fun stuff. Well, for you, not so much for your enemies. My other favorite thing to do with the seize large enemies trick, you know those minigun bosses, the big dude with the minigun?
Yeah. Ooh,
Yeah, seize them. You can probably imagine how that goes.
Lonks. Hey. Oh, hey, Former's talking to me.
Abalone. Yes.
Is this the lock/key the board told me about?
Yeah, so you didn't just get contacted by the board, you got contacted by Former in the same way.
And I
You know how
can-
you fought him originally?
Yeah.
Seems like he's on your side now.
Shady. Potentially shady.
I think that the fact that you two fought originally was just a bit of a misunderstanding.
Well seasoned.
Sure.
Nice steak, man.
Just doing my job.
Ball.
Ball.
I'm-
Massive astral plane meteor sphere.
I'm kind of upset that I don't turn with this. Oh well, that's fine.
Hugely missed potential.
Orb.
Down.
Thank you, Techno.
Clayton's got this covered.
Yep, well, that got supremely destroyed. By the way, in case you haven't seen it going around the internet, if you encounter a shiny orb in populous areas, don't look at it. Hit it with a bat.
What?
So some AI company has
Do I need
decided...
to hold a baseball bat with me when I go outside now?
No. Just, like, big
You
populated
might be dead,
areas.
by the way.
No.
Oh no, you're not. Never mind. Continue about this baseball bat phenomenon.
Yeah, there's an AI company or a tech company doing some real shady tech bro shenanigans, as they have been wont to do since the AI of since the advent of NFTs and bullshit.
Yes. Is this literally one of those fucking like circular camera things from Half-Life 2?
Kinda. Basically, they've set up what publicly looks like an art piece. It's just kind of a silver ball, and unfortunately for those who go up and look at the art piece, it is scanning your retinas into a massive database.
Okay. Yeah, I can see why black spray paint would be an appreciable.
Yeah, mostly major
middle
cities
ground.
so far, but still.
Imagine using
Why didn't you take the
contacts
season
with
two
a
enemies
sequel
at once?
injection.
You use C's constantly. Why didn't you take C's 2 enemies at once?
I can already seize 2 enemies at once.
Okay, you can seize 3 enemies then.
I'll get it eventually.
All right.
Try holding with both hands.
Yeah, so I agree, Techno. AI is AI. What these people are using AI for is just gross plagiarism of all data, either biological or derived from biology.
Yeah.
So I agree with that concept. The real answer is they are using AI for mass plagiarism. The AIs in question are plagiarism software. I agree with
Tools are tools. You can use
Yes.
them or misuse them.
Mm-hmm.
Some tools have worse consequences of misuse.
Yeah, I mean, see the recent movie Oppenheimer, but the point, my point of this is like, black spray paint isn't my style. I prefer sending a message.
Yeah, I think it got missed, but I was suggesting putting sequel injections on the contact lenses.
I'm not that thorough, but
So is there somewhere besides here that I should be going, or is it back to Crossroads and pick a different direction now?
I would not mind being the guy caught on camera smashing the piss out of one of these with an aluminum baseball bat. Let's put it that way.
You would get 15 minutes of fame, for sure.
Yeah, maybe more than 15 minutes of jail time, but I would be able to explain myself in court.
Whoa!
Oh, there was something to do here. Briefly.
Yeah, I was like, Heathen, are you like anywhere in the southern United States? Because yeah, I don't think they can deploy orbs there because someone's just gonna pull out their 9mm and put a few rounds in it.
Just tell them that it's to stop the wrong people from whatever, those people, the ones they always have a problem with.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. That's not quite Texas, but like close enough for my purposes.
Yeah, Ohio, not quite Texas.
But close enough.
What a motto.
We're not
Texas
Detroit!
Isn't that the motto of Columbus? We're not Detroit. Yes, Ethan, because I am definitely looking for eternal damnation in a rural state.
I'm afraid of what I would find.
Hell is real billboards. Yeah.
Oh, this is the tunnel from Event Horizon. Love it.
In this case, it's our friend. Oh. Hello.
Yeah, the little swirly main menu fractal boy is actually a friend, yes.
Now there is help
Tunnel of
here.
Blades.
This place reminds me of that cave we took the kids to last summer.
Yeah, so your friends have spawned in. By the way.
Yes. That,
You may notice this control point has been modernized to modern Bureau standards, and a lot of modern Bureau hardware is now available.
yeah.
It's got
And
an X
indeed,
instead of
this
a
is becoming
triangle.
more complete, as the conversation said. Which is interesting. Oh, good. You're here.
Emily, how did
What are you doing down here, Emily?
He was gonna ask you how you got here, and you didn't.
called me down, remember?
I'm pretty sure I didn't.
No, that's right. You didn't. But then, I remember you needing me to come here. I mean, you even told me how to get in.
Pretty sure I
Let's
didn't.
just chalk it up to synchronicity so we can get to work. She takes everything in stride.
The board called me down here to deal with the situation. The astral plane is
Colliding with our world, I know. Isn't it fascinating?
Oh boy, now everyone just knows what you know. I don't like that.
Physical volume expanding beyond its dimensional container.
It's one of those
These localized
scenarios.
area, its growth rate seems steady. Given time, it will consume the entire bureau.
That's all.
And possibly beyond.
That's what
Give me
I'm
that
gonna say.
face.
The board told me to fix the nail over there by dismantling 4 locks in the astral plane. Funny, I think it's put itself back together a bit.
So that could be due to the law of inverse exchange. For every associated component you remove, this nail reconstructs. Or possibly some variation of anti-sympathy. Don't worry, I'll look into it.
I'm sure you will.
Notice all the bureau infrastructure? It looks like there was a research team stationed down here at some point. You think Darling knew about this?
I put money on it. That reminds me. Have you seen Marshall? She contacted me over the hotline, but then I saw her walking around.
I haven't seen her. The hotline only connects to extraplanar entities. Or dead people. But Marshall's proved time and time again that she's a
I
survivor.
think dead people count as extraplanar
That's
entities.
exactly
Yeah, given what we now know, yes.
Anyway, I've been looking into the minerals
sense.
growing down here. Have you noticed how they insist on maintaining a certain form? Maybe some sort of a state memory, or they consciously prefer a certain shape?
I think we're on a clock here, Emily. I need to stop the astral bleeding before it brings the oldest house down. See what you can find out from the nail in the meantime.
That's the face of someone who is horny for science and got interrupted. Just like, oh.
The penis has been obstructed.
Will do, Jesse.
She was so upset when you said that.
Remember to take detailed notes.
Okay, so remember how the first thing you said when you came down here is, "Ugh, I really wish Emily was here."
Well, Emily's here
And
now.
now she is.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember, as the director, your thoughts are law, essentially. You say that. Poor Emily needs buddies to info dump on. As soon as you ended your conversation with her, she immediately started expositing to someone nearby. I don't know if you can hear that in the background.
I can. So I can't... I don't
Convince
have
those crystals to behave yet.
crystal power over any of this. Oh, maybe I can just make it. Yep.
I don't think you were supposed to do that. You know what? Fuck it. We roll with that.
I'm the director. I do what I want.
This worked. it's hard to argue with results.
What is neurospicy? Is that you, Heathen? Is that me? Is that all of us? Hey, that one looks
It's a-
particularly spiky. I like
It's a
that one.
spectrum, just like spicy food.
Do not stand too close to the glowing hole. Got it.
That is generally good advice. I mean, after all, you've heard of the advice, don't stick it in crazy, right?
Yeah.
Emily Pope is definitely autistic. I can tell you that right now. She is extremely autism coded. And I think it's intentional.
Thanks for the assist. You just
Man,
kind
he
of...
made sure it stayed down. You know, you give them that punch when they're already on the ground, make sure they stay knocked out. It's the classic superhero tactic.
Well, where's this other tunnel go then? The map says it's a dead end, but... It's not a dead end for me. Well, it might still be, but it has stuff, probably. Yeah. Yeah, it absolutely is. I am prone to info dumping. It's just that my info is frequently inappropriate. But I am an expert on a lot of things. I wish to tell you
ramble.
about them.
It's a bad habit.
I have nothing against neurospicy, but the term I've always heard is neurodivergent.
Yeah.
I think neurospicy
Well,
is the
yeah.
humorous variant of it.
Yeah, the neurodivergent community have sort of... Why are you
If that
only
minigun
4?
boss with a shield. What if he wasn't a boss? What if he was on your team?
It was, yes. It was a boss with... Oh, nope, you are still active. Oh, hello. Goodbye.
Why? Oh, that's fun. You get a little cover wall versus him. I don't think throwing things is very effective. It looks like they did chip damage him at most, whereas the rockets seem extremely effective. He's dead. Yeah, he's got the money. He's dead.
Okay. Great. Oh, hello. Hello. Yeah, the music is still playing. The boss may be gone, but the music is still playing. No, it isn't.
Yeah, he's in the cover what you're saying. I've noticed that too. That the grander neurodivergent community on Twitter, sorry, I guess X and Tumblr, is very much trying to distance themselves with people with like obvious like deficiency or damage, because they're like, no, I'm just different, I'm not broken, just different, and they like get very uncomfortable around people they perceive as like actually broken, because they don't want to think, like, it hurts their self-esteem, I think, and it's like really exclusionary, and I think it's not cool, but like I don't know what to do about it.
There's a lot of.
So I completely agree with what you're saying.
Well, I guess I'll be back later when I can explode these. Let's talk a little bit about this.
About what? The collection of astral plane rock that fell out of the astral plane into the real world?
Yeah. Well, it's even got a staircase, right? Like, this is... I think this might be part of a place that we have been for one of the training bits. If not, it is definitely, you know, assembled intentional astral plane stuff that is no longer attached to it.
This area looks
Oh my god.
Is it from the upper floors?
Is that where I need to bring the fucking box?
Remember the box? Uh-oh.
Oh, no, never mind. I do love that that those still beep at me. It's like, no, you're not allowed in here. It's like, I don't fucking care.
We do have a gun.
Yeah.
It's doing its job.
Also, welcome back to the fire break. We are... Oh.
There's something behind that history.
Hmm. So is this collapsed or like half put together, or... It's not clear. Huh. Weird place to put data entry and filing.
I don't think it was supposed to be here. You heard
No,
of house shift?
I figured. To whoever finds this, I am Containment Process Designer Gene Gibbs, and I am writing this to document the largest building shift to ever occur.
Hey, what did I just say?
Yeah, here are the facts. A considerably large section of the containment sector, including processes and protocols, our research facilities, and a fair chunk of the firebreak has been yanked down into a chasm that reaches far below lobby level, I think. It was a violent shift, and I regret to report several casualties. Injuries were sustained by all, but many of us, myself included, are still mobile. We've set up a base camp and started triaging. There are little supplies. We've explored our surroundings and found caverns of all things. Maybe we're in some kind of cave threshold, like the quarry? Wherever we are not the first. There was some rusty power cores, old lights, signs, infrastructures. What was this area used for? Why would they seal it off? Why have we never heard of it? More importantly, how do we get out? Weird.
I'd like to point out that that was not redacted in any way, since we talked about that earlier.
I suppose that's true enough.
You ever wonder if the redaction on the documents you pick up in the main oldest house is the existential influence of there being a need to redact information, and down here where things are less controlled, everything is unredacted?
Yeah, this area is new. So flow of information is important. Oh good, we can save
Send
here.
a ranger out. Director's orders.
Let's do this.
Why did I just ask for that?
You summoned a friendly.
Okay. Hope I don't kill a friendly.
That is up to you.
Ah. Thank you for stopping shooting at me while I did that. Very nice of you. Ah, these assholes. Cease. Perhaps you didn't hear me say cease. Oh, hi.
Headshot, you stagger both snipers at once.
Okay, one sniper's dead, other sniper's on my side.
Exactly.
Oh god! Sorry, I flinched.
Your mom slots are full. You need to throw out trash. You can pick those up.
Yep, I'll deal with that in a moment. Next.
Not a single Wilhelm screen and all that.
Alright, let's deal with my stuff. Actually, let's not deal with my stuff for a moment. We have an ad break coming up and I need to use the bathroom, and I skipped the last ad break to do that. So, we'll be back in a few minutes, and maybe I'll take care of my inventory off screen. Okay. Welcome back to Control. I did indeed do some cleaning up while we were still on ad. Now time to pick up all of this bullshit. And probably have to do some cleaning up all over again, but whatever. Also check these offices for any other relevant objects. Which I don't see any of at first bluff, but, you know. I think this is probably just a fight room. How did you get up here? Like, the ranger's just kind of with me, I get that, but, like, how did they get placed? Leave no window unfucked. Like, there's enough identical rooms here that I would believe there's nothing, but at the same time there's enough identical rooms that I feel like one of them has to have something. Perhaps that's a concern for another time, though, because, God, there's a lot of rooms here. Give me that. Give me that. How close do I have to be? Give me that. I don't care about it, but, like, come on. Now that I've picked all that up, let's do some filtering again. No, 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 absolutely not. Oh God.
You know, Heathen, given your comment about hoping all their sandwiches are dry forever, my favorite small-time curse that I wish upon people is, may both sides of your pillow forever be warm. It's like, it's so minor and irrelevant, but like, you could tell just hearing it how uncomfortable and upsetting that would be forever. The modern edition of a minor Greek mythology curse, in my opinion.
Someone call a plumber.
Glad no one was around to hear that.
Yeah, your bathroom got devoured by the astral plane. Don't worry about it. Everything will be fine.
God, and I thought standard dimensional plumber crack was ridiculous.
I mean, plumber's crack parentheses in reality. It's kind of what you're experiencing here. I see what you're thinking. I see what you're thinking. I would advise against it.
Fuck.
Oh, thank God it doesn't kill you. Okay.
I was looking forward to seeing how that turned out.
Okay, well, there are two ways it turns out. It either teleports you up with no health loss, or it kills you instantly and you lose 10% of your money.
No middle ground, huh?
Yeah, infinite pits in this game do not have the Metroid Prime 2 Echo's middle ground of just doing 10 damage to you.
I was about to.
Yeah,
make
in
that
Metroid Prime 2, they
comparison.
settled on a comfortable middle ground of falling down an infinite pit, teleports you back up to the top, and does a mediocre 10 damage. Like, it doesn't do 0 damage, but it's like a slap on the wrist. Like, hey, don't do that again. You know?
Yeah.
I thought it was 100.
You'd
I
have to
guess.
fall in a
it's 10,
lot of
it's
pits to
10.
die that way.
Yeah, 100
No,
seems like a lot.
in Metroid Prime Hunters, it kills you instantly, actually. All the infinite pits in Metroid Prime Hunters are actually instant death, which is kind of intense.
Hey, I wasn't as over that as I thought when I stopped moving forward. That could have been bad also.
I don't know. I think this one probably would have actually killed you.
Yeah. Wait. Well, now I'm just gonna check all these anyway. Hey, I can't get that yet. Can get this one yet. Not that I am supremely likely to care about them.
I just realized the fact that your little stream title thing has the upside down triangle in it. Oh my God.
I have done that at least 4 times.
I wasn't paying attention the previous times. That's on me.
Remember the ability that lets you smash the crystals that you didn't take?
Yeah, I'll get through this room later.
It looks like you should be able to crouch into that second step, but there's an invisible wall there to stop you from doing it.
I mean, if I just have the clearance to open them, why lock them in the first place? No, I'm not.
America Overnight?
Yeah. A series of reverberating sounds observed in downtown Kyiv with no clear point of origin. The event was witnessed by the city's general public. Mental and physical symptoms were reported, including aphasia, sleep paralysis, excess something in the reported individuals. Due to the brief nature of the event, overseas bureau agents were not able to respond to it while it was active. Immediately upon arrival, agents collected audio recordings taken by local witnesses. All bureau monitoring stations located at global junctions of acoustic amplification were directed to monitor any auditory events of similar pitch, wavelength, and duration in an effort to trace echoes or epicenters. In the following weeks, similar cases were reported from both various amateur sources and bureau stations in major cities across the globe. The subsequent events diminished in volume and frequency per each occurrence. Event is believed to be generated by planar friction, though this is not confirmed. Is that like dimensional earthquake?
Yes, I believe that so earthquakes are friction between tectonic plates. I think this is friction between planes of existence, yes.
Neat. Recordings of the audio phenomena were uploaded onto the internet shortly after the event. These records
so this is very recent, because the internet existed.
Circulated
and people had phones.
Rapidly on popular message boards. The communications department utilized this exposure by creating sky trumpet hoax videos and posting related theories to spread confusion and draw attention away from the event's paranatural origin. Industrial noise, particularly the sound of metal drilling, was found to be a widely accepted explanation. Theories about the sounds emanating from the Earth itself, known as seismic hum, emerged from the public itself and were encouraged by the Bureau to generate further misdirection and eventual public disinterest. Witnesses of the event were monitored discreetly afterwards. Observed symptoms were consistent with
sensory deprivation, sleep deprivation.
Yeah, but subsided within 12 or after 12 to 15 days. The length of the symptoms directly correlated to the individual's proximity unsheltered to the supposed epicenter. One linked, although accidental causality. Casualty, Jesus. Yep. Can be listed. The effects of planar friction on hearing aids. Oof.
I'm assuming the hearing aid exploded and the shrapnel penetrated his brain.
Oh.
Or something like that.
What a thing to miss. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so here people are talking about planar friction, and here you're dealing with two dimensions colliding, so it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
apparently this sort of shit has happened before.
At least in some capacity.
Well, Kyiv is probably a bit larger than the oldest house. The oldest house is large, but Kyiv is probably larger, you know?
Yeah. That's another dead letters. Okay. Gibbs reporting in. It has been 8 days since the collapse and still no sign of any rescue efforts. The Bureau is either completely unaware of our situation or are incapable of helping us. Or maybe it's intentional. How many times have we seen the Bureau not give two shits about its own hardworking staff when they go missing in this place? How many times did we let it slide thinking, oh, at least it wasn't me? Too many, I'm ashamed to admit. Anyway, there have been some developments. Strange crystals have begun growing through the walls. They seem to block some open corridors, but not others. The path to the caves is always left open, but we're not sure why. So that I can progress through it to get here. Luckily, the crystals keep out the astral spike. One's been hounding us for days. John, Nikolay, Sarah, and Sarah went to try and find a radio, but never came back. We think the spike got them. I think it's hunting us. Doug says spikes only exist in the astral plane, so what the fuck is it doing here? If we get out of here, I'm hiring a lawyer. These are unsuitable working conditions.
If only they had the concept of a primordial lawyer on retainer.
A primordial lawyer on retainer. Oh man, that would make an interesting fantasy novel.
Oh, is it? Yes, it's finally time!
Yep. I didn't want to tell you when it would happen, but I just told you it would happen eventually.
What?
Something hidden under an elevator.
Yeah, I think I mentioned it when you were in the containment sector a while ago.
Yeah, you mentioned it in like part 2.
It's a crime against
And now we're on
humanity
what, like part
not
9
do
or
that.
something?
Yeah, this is part 9.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to have at least one in your game, otherwise
I
you
think there's
fail.
actually more than one.
So
You can't
that's
have
the
them in under every one, of course.
Pretty
But
secure.
Now,
is that an SCP
ultra,
or the equivalent thereof?
altered item, but yes. I can't...
I wonder what it embodies. Have they talked about it?
I should hire someone who builds smaller machines.
Well, I realize I went this direction while this was happening, and I didn't push this button.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. So that just tells me I had to go this way. Whoops.
Oh, so you need to
Yeah, the altered item is in there.
you have to remove it or deal with it in some way before you
Otherwise,
can get through it.
entry isn't permitted through the big doors.
No
I was
entry
briefly
without authorization.
struck by the age of this movie camera and like the relative age of the projector and like
Did you hear Hiss talking?
a little bit.
I can't tell how old that movie camera is. I thought that, like, haven't they always looked like that?
What is this?
Looks like a slot for energy cubes.
It looks expensive. Don't break it.
Immediately obliterates it.
Looks expensive. Don't break it. But on the other hand, I own this place. Well, I don't own this place, but you know.
You are the closest thing in the material realm that has a claim to owning this place. You are the director of the Federal Bureau of Control.
So I don't have any power.
Oh, yeah, they're up there. I see them floating. They all float down here.
Well, yeah, but the floating, gibbering ones aren't actually a threat. They are an effect.
They are on Arrested Rapture.
Is there something I'm meant to be... perceiving here?
This doesn't boil down to just like tapping an interact button on something, does it?
Yeah, those are definitely receivers for cubes, but they're... Oh. Oh.
No!
What?
Oh well, let's chalk it up to depreciation.
But I don't have cubes.
Are you able to go inside the machine? Is it?
That is kind of what I was just fucking around with, but...
It won't let you.
Well, I mean, I can see the only place that it goes, right? It just goes straight down into here, where...
Oh, so you're dropping them in.
Yeah, I'm throwing them in.
If you can
Oh.
find any.
Oh!
Power cords. Have you tried ripping the...
Sometimes you just have to absolutely Shrek the utility closet full of extra dimensional
The
power
reason they're
sources.
set up that way is that there is no conceivable way for you to get them back out once you toss them in. You see what I mean?
Yeah, fair enough.
Would you want to? It said resuming transport, but it doesn't look like it's actually moving.
It said resume alter item transport at designated terminal, which you
Got it.
do.
Yeah, so now it's on this thing, and it can be sent forward. I'm so happy I finally found the item under the...
Material detected in area. Personnel may now safely enter. Have a bureau full day.
No, we're done here. We're done with this fucking place. You've ruined it.
Wow.
I would have amazing if you would actually just alt F4 the game on the spot, but
I fucking love it.
Oh, hi.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Ugh. The noises they make,
Jeez.
however, are not great.
very unbearable.
Somebody's got a grenade.
I think the dudes with grenades, or not grenades, pickaxes, those fuckers who run at you in melee, they're mostly just annoying. Like, I don't know about you, but they don't seem to do very much.
Yeah, they just kind of take my resources.
I think they're like the latest version of like the default scrub. You know, like the old default scrubs would attack you with like the generic assault rifles, and these guys like just sort of smack you with pickaxes Minecraft style instead. And they're not that dangerous. Like they do like what, like 1/10 of your HP when they hit you, and there's usually only a few of them. Like
Yeah. They just kind of get into my personal space and annoy me a lot.
I think there's like the filler mob of this area, you know?
Makes sense.
So story-wise, are you curing these people who you are controlling, or
No,
No.
absolutely not.
it's just
They have been bound to my will.
lame?
A
Your
better way to
control
put it is
if you
the
would.
humans have been replaced with hiss abominations. You can then exert control and force of will over the hiss abominations. You cannot bring the human back. That was literally the first thing you try in the game. Like the
But can you
absolute
teach-
first thing you try.
Can you teach this abomination to work government job?
No, I don't think so.
Alright, wow. The real problem.
Okay, so I
We
did
can't
that.
exploit them for capitalism, so...
That door still
I was
isn't
about to
open.
say, do you really want a malevolent macroorganism from another dimension to be running your taxes?
I mean,
I'm compared to what?
The
a
US
malevolent
federal government?
macroorganism running our current thing that is from
I
the
was gonna say,
same
a
world.
malevolent macroorganism from the same dimension?
I mean, would the tax code necessarily be more complicated?
Probably not, actually. It'd probably be simpler.
Your assets all belong to Zool now.
All your base are belong to us.
Properly trained. Guess I pass. I am very properly trained.
Are you?
You
I
are
wonder if that
properly
was
trained in
perhaps
alternate handling.
tongue-in-cheek.
Like there was a whole plot point earlier about how you have received no training. Actually.
Well, didn't Langston, the leader of the Panopticon in the containment sector, basically say being pretty good with alter items is not standard
You said it was the only
procedure.
time.
That was a pretty good one.
They got you there.
I enjoyed that.
It's happened
was
twice
content.
now.
Yeah, so when I said that's the only time, it was the only time in the base game. Gotcha.
Yep.
The game got you too. But mostly me.
If I was massively injured for every time a hostile entity came out of an elevator, I'd be looking for band-aids. But it's
Yeah,
interesting that it happened
Band-Aid.
twice.
And I'm all out of band-aids.
By the way, is it just a quirk of the DLC that like the mods from it are like concussed, angry, or whatever? Is that just how they are?
I've no idea what the hell you're talking about.
Oh,
There's a flavor.
Oh, fucking. Yeah. Enraged ammo refund.
Oh, it's because they needed words to describe what the hell it actually does. If you go look at the mod, you'll just read what it actually does. So, hits charged are the creepers. So, if you get hurt by a creeper, it gives you 25%.
It makes mechanical sense.
Okay.
Yeah, like, they just gave it some name because it's an effect on getting hurt by a specific annoying enemy type. So you're enraged. And
Got
Berserker
it.
archetype for sure.
Yes.
Okay.
And so they've done that with multiple things. So
I see. All right. Back to reading thing.
Yes. So it is. I guess it is just this DLC, but there's a reason for it. It has no thematic meaning. What were you looking for? Unread 1. Have you tried that?
Yes. Action Max camera. The item first came to the Bureau's attention after a hospitalized mailman from Arkansas claimed his injuries had been caused by a movie camera. Good start. Further investigation connected the incident to AL-80, which was being...
AI-80.
AI, right, yes, of course. Yeah, AI-80, which
being
was
shipped in the mail truck.
Shipped in the
as
mail
one
truck at the
does.
time. The packaged camera was later found in an empty warehouse. The return address led agents to a P.O. box located in the San Fernando Valley, belonging to a company called Blessed Pictures. Whether Blessed Pictures is involved in the creation and dissemination of the item's VHS films is unknown. The following is a list of all known films believed to have been shot by AI-80. Shoot First, Die Last. Item was used in the filming of an unreleased Western in 1968 on the Italian island of Sardinia. A cast member was killed during an on-set accident, stopping production. It is believed that Blessed Pictures bought the camera when the equipment from the shoot was sold at auction. Okay. Coffee Bullet, Billy's First Car, Bike Hard, and Delivery Disaster.
Delivery Disaster is the one involving the mailman. from
Yes.
Arkansas.
Okay. Huh.
Funny, it's a little bit topical with the UPS strike and whatnot.
Which has been averted, I believe. They reached an agreement.
Yes, for real, actually, this time.
Yes.
Oh. Oh, so they didn't wait until they had to make house payments?
Unread.
This is what I was looking for. I had it open briefly, and then I went to the other page, and that counted as reading it.
No,
It's clear
just
no one is
unread
coming.
one.
We're running out of ideas and supplies. We tried going into the caves to find anything edible, but all we found were noxious gases and endless pits. The crystals only let us go one way, even though we could see the caves branched out. We did find some weird spiky pillar. I only got a glimpse of it before the astral spikes attacked. There were a few of them this time. We lost a lot of people. There's only 6 of us left. I didn't ask for this. We didn't ask for this. We didn't want to come down here. I'm convinced something brought us here. The others say I'm going nuts, but it's clear this was no house shift. Shifts slide a bathroom sector over, rotate a hallway. They don't drop full divisions into caves. We were brought here. I know it. But for what? Why tear us away from our lives just to torture us? If this is some sort of test or mission, then here's some advice for whoever's running it. Give out clearer instructions next time. I hope these notes are a good read for whatever rangers find them. Fuck you. Put that in your report.
Yes. I do love that. I do love those last few lines. It's just like, yeah, fuck you. Put that in your report.
Great. The fish taught me. Excellent.
That's not concerning at all.
I mean, the dead letters are not necessarily from people who know what's going on, right?
Worst I've ever seen is take the nail. End of the world.
So I can't let the hiss take the nail. Not a problem. I know how to handle them.
Jesse, all of your lines being confident about this are making me massively more worried.
Why is that? Her will is reality. If she's confident about it, it's gonna get fixed.
No, that's true.
I think she's kind of figured that out by now.
Okay, well then what the hell's this? I have two things I can go do. Either move across the fire break or take this elevator. I see you. Pain elevators.
Yes, it's after Max Payne, of course.
Yes. Oh, it actually takes me to this thing for...
How the hell did it get out? Are they shooting movies now?
Well, this is some music.
Oh god, it's an auto-scroller. Oh no, help me.
Yeah.
Hey, notice it's cinematic 21 not. You might want to activate the mission.
After that camera and step on it.
It's a chase sequence, eh? Maybe it's like a skateboard where you should put one foot against the ground to keep getting speed.
I have a recommendation.
Nope, don't do that.
Oh my god. Imagine getting to the end and then realizing you didn't collect enough banana coins.
Okay, now I understand how this works.
Use levitate. Use levitate. The world is moving around you.
I was trying to use levitate, I wasn't going fast enough.
Yeah, you can just sort of go woogity woogity woo back and forth as much as you want, right? Or does that cost resource?
No way am I sharing the spotlight with
I should mention this is obviously a funky side mission. This is not part of the main plot. Do you
That's
like
kind of
it though?
disappointing.
I do kind of like it.
When I played this, I was thinking of Control and Saints Row, and this was like the perfect mixture of the two of them, and it's really funny.
Holy shit, this is very Saints Row.
Exactly.
Alright, well,
Really
now they're
funny.
moving at
That's
different
great.
speeds.
That's so good.
And you just got, remember, so this is an auto scroller. Literally, the platforms are moving, not the walls. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So what that means is if you jump off one of these, you will keep moving forwards. See? And you can go back to it.
I
An
see.
auto-scroller.
Oh, hi.
Light them up, boys. It's an 80s action movie.
The music is fantastic.
Hey, there's health up there. I want to pick that up.
Fuck.
Oh my.
Oh.
It's slightly disorienting, Oz.
easy, huh?
Never mind, it's talking to a camera.
But what is it?
Almost had it.
Like all the altered items represent something, right? Or am I wrong?
Not necessarily.
I think this one represents the desire for the action flick. I'm completely serious here. Like, I think that's what it is, having read everything about it.
That seems kind of specific, but like, that's fine, right?
That is a level 10 dude. Hey, put up a shield, put up a shield, put up a shield. You know why?
Oh, right.
He even has a one-liner for it.
He got murked by the wall, right?
Yes, he got one shot by slamming into the wall at 150 miles an hour, and she had a one-liner for it. You're too tall for this ride.
Well, that's a pretty good one-liner.
The fact that that exists, it feels like it validates my friends who say, like, the point of this game is picking things up and throwing them at people while saying one-liners.
Alright, this is
Notice
fucking neat.
the picking things up and throwing them aspect. Seems like a strong theme.
Third act villain!
Yes.
It's literally named Third Act Villain!
Yes, why wouldn't it be?
Perfect!
That is pretty good. The only problem is that they're just sort of hiss villains and they don't have interesting
Oh god.
looks and stuff.
Legit question here. I wonder if the song that plays during this segment is like available on like Spotify or something. It's pretty banging.
I doubt that they.
Jules, I recommend the sniper rifle to break the armor.
Sorry, say that again?
I recommend the sniper rifle to break armor.
Can't you just throw another wall at him?
That is not the sniper rifle. Oh, he's almost dead. Throw more rocks. Throw more rocks.
As soon as I find them.
Rocks. Rocks. More.
So is this the
You gotta
format
throw
where
them fast. You gotta throw one rock that's throw off his dodge reflex and then shoot it and then throw a ton of them.
oh fuck.
Yeah, there you go. Third act villain down.
Okay.
So my question is, third act is the end, right? The last act, or is it a 5-act thing?
Well, there's something else. You tell me.
I mean, this just could be falling action, right?
Oh god damn it.
In traditional movie design, I believe this is technically falling action. Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Okay, that was absolutely ridiculous. I was quite bad at it, but I lived.
I would
Yeah, I'm
prefer
surprised you did that.
brighter
first time,
colors.
actually. It's actually one of the harder things in the game.
We're back. Did that really just happen? Felt like a dream. Or maybe a bad movie.
Ha.
A bad movie.
Alright. Well, I'm glad I came and did that.
So it reminds me again of Dark Souls, where you fight the boss in the endless tunnel.
Dark Sun Gwendolyn in Dark Souls
You
1.
fight Dark Sun Gwendolyn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now just imagine if that had that music to it, and
I
the
thi-
Sorry, I
walls
haven't-
flying past you.
Sorry,
sorry, I haven't
I
been
think you're
reading.
thinking of Rave Lord Nito.
I haven't been reading Heathen, but yes, the Teamsters came through and they beat UPS. However, the writer's strike is still ongoing. It does sound like Carpenter Brute. I was wildly guessing if it was available through SoundCloud. I have no idea. But yes, do check out Carpenter Brute on Bandcamp or wherever the hell you want. Most of their music is fucking ballin'.
Oh yeah, yeah. They've slipped into my Spotify recommendations repeatedly.
Another etching.
Yeah, and I'm sure after that whole mess that this won't be another combat. Haha, just kidding, of course it is. Listen, hurry.
Meet. I'll let you speak.
So Former seems inhuman.
Former seems almost more concerned about this than the board is, you know?
Maybe Former is the board of the intersecting reality.
Jolly good. 2 lollipops are left.
Hello?
Great.
Lord, are you there?
Is that normal incoherency for the board, or is that
Director
beyond?
board broken deeper, understand? Tool, other, new, forbidden board. Given, former, yours, necessary, go.
Okay, what the hell is going on? Wait, I'm back here?
Ah, now we get the other power.
You can better not be here, director.
Wasn't my idea. Blame me either.
The other tool weapon is forbidden.
Yeah, we're
Former
not.
it adrift is trying to mislead you.
Former. Yeah, we've had our differences. But it is giving me something you won't.
That's not necessarily a good thing. Oh, You've gained the power to clear hallways. Is that what just happened?
Yeah.
Here?
You can
Yeah.
now destroy them by shooting them at will.
And then reform them, because of course I can.
Yes.
Nice.
I'm not supposed to be here. But like actually, plot-wise significance, I'm not supposed to be here apparently.
Do not be ignorant, thick. Oh, please do be thick. You are being reckless,
I don't
disobedient.
like you deciding what I can/can't have.
That is probably my single favorite line of dialogue in the entire game, and I was trying so hard not to spoil it.
Yeah.
Because she says it out loud.
I'm sure it was lost on them.
On the board?
Yeah.
I don't think they've listened to what Jesse has to say. I think it's a very one-way communication.
Also, it's a little interesting. They can bring you to this place and release you from it, but actually, no, they can't release you from it. It's always the beams of light.
Yeah. And it is also clear that Former and the board are having an active disagreement over what you should be able to do. With Former saying, "This is a big fucking emergency. Come here, get the other power." And the board is like, "You should not have done that." And you were like, "Wasn't my idea. I didn't want to go here." You cannot control this. You cannot control your step. You are mismanaging the Bureau's self-narrative.
Huh.
That seems kind of meta there.
The board is very meta. They have mentioned the game and the extra life and whatnot, and like, I think you've heard that before, right, Jules?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I kind of like that.
That was a.
I feel like its use cases might be quite limited.
In my experience, the construction is stronger. If you had tried to pick the destruction first, I would have like warned you against it and told you the construction is more useful and the destruction is more useful for picking up like collectibles later.
Yeah, which I can.
Is the path you took, I think, is the better one.
Oh. Gamer instinct.
Creation before destruction, as Beerus would say.
It's a nice thing. I like games that have creation.
So yeah, these beams are not theoretically the board's
I'm
doing.
getting pretty tired of being jerked around the astral plane.
Hey, wait, you're in the dark
If
section
you're
now.
listening, I want some answers.
There's no pyramid.
Yeah, Former's
Remember
coming.
Formers? Yeah, remember Formers boss arena? Yeah.
What is Former the former of?
Okay, okay, actually, stop. We want to answer that question for Dewey. Former is a former member of the board, whatever that section of astral plane entities is, and was kicked out due to disagreements, but still maintains its own presence and is in fact able to create objects of power and altered items of its own. There is a refrigerator in the containment sector which lets you fight Former as a optional boss.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Extremely cool, yes.
Well, she did say you've had your disagreements.
Yes, that's because you fought him and threw a lot of black holes into his eyeball, and he was very unhappy about it.
Yeah.
But he's working with you now, or at least so it seems. Welcome. Speak.
Hello, Former.
Yep. Notice, if you roll over him, do not press E yet. It turns red when you look over his eye. He's
Yeah, I
still
saw
considered
that.
Give me
hostile.
something
Yeah.
the board wouldn't. What are you getting out of it?
Void. Nothing. Egress.
So I'm just supposed to believe you're a particularly charitable, whatever.
A way out?
Jesse, if reality ceases to exist,
Neither. Both. Hungry?
Hungry. I mean, yeah, actually, I'd love a sandwich or something. That's not what you meant, was it?
Right, panini, former board.
Avalon.
Are you part of the board? Or used to be?
Once split. Board blame.
Okay. So you split because the board blamed you for.
Or they blame the board.
Inside Beyond Nail. Rescue. House. Stun. Warning.
uh,
Gotta be easier to play charades.
would it, Jesse?
Do I need to rescue someone?
Notice he doesn't reply. No.
I don't know
That's
what
all
I
he says.
expected. Listen.
This is the
This
first
has been great,
non-vague thing
but
that has been said.
I have to go.
Yeah, thinks
Thanks
about it for a
your
while
help
and
stay out of trouble.
House, listen, nail, leech, burn, toe.
Nail is a leech, huh?
You
Trying
may-
to tell me about the board. Should
You
I
may have
trust either
noticed.
of them?
That Former is nowhere near as versed in English as the board is.
mine now, asshole.
See that little blue aura on your health bar?
Yeah, I'm getting
That means
healed.
you're being healed. Yeah. And yes, Former is nowhere near as versed as the board in English. Of note, abalone is a common name for any of a group of small to very large marine gastropod mollusks in the family Halitidae.
Yeah, those. It's the mineral they make their shells with too, right?
Other common names are ear shells, sea ears, and rarely muttonfish or mutton shells in parts of Australia, Ormer in the UK, Perleamon in South Africa, and so on.
Are
So-
you okay?
Yeah, he's fine. He's just following you around. The
How
reason
does
I bring this,
abalone?
the reason I
Go
bring
ahead.
this up is because Former and the other board members may be gigantic mollusks of some description.
But it came up in relation to sandwiches.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm
Well,
hungry.
I think, well, he was mentioning the board. I think he was actually trying, like, basically the closest word in English for, like, a word for their species is abalone. You see what I'm saying?
Panini was involved.
No, that's because Jessie said she wanted a sandwich. And he was suggesting a panini. They were having severe communication difficulties, but yes, I think Heathen is correct. There is no evidence anywhere to suggest this, but I believe that Heathen is correct. And Former has been out of the board for longer than human civilization has been in contact with the board.
Yeah, that's a very reasonable take.
Because it's clear that he communicates in some psychic manner, you know? So he is like just sitting there saying like, burn, help, panini? You know, like
Yeah, I have
psychic-
these ideas that seem
all
to
the
relate to.
psychic waves he's throwing at you are like vaguely interpretable as English, but like he doesn't understand human psychology very well.
Who should I be listening to? Weird entity A or B? Or neither? Let's just stay the course for now. The Bureau is in danger.
All right, well, I have that
We
now.
need to repair the nail.
Okay, I want to tell you,
Break
Jules,
reality on
Yo.
my watch.
the ground slam consumes all remaining energy and scales its damage based off of how much energy is consumed.
Oh yeah.
It is a very vulnerable move in the sense that you can't dodge or do anything else after you use it. It is best used as a finisher, or if you are absolutely sure you'll be safe after using it. Do not use it willy-nilly. That's what I will say. Because like,
Okay.
if you have like full energy and you just sort of levitate and slide in the air and use it, you'll see that.
You
It's
fuckers.
getting worse and worse.
Oh, it's still here.
Mapped area.
Notice in this case that the Foundation shit is bleeding into the astral plane instead of the other way around.
Yes.
Things aren't looking good.
Huh.
Okay, Heathen, if you told me to mow the carpet, I would know what you meant. I would understand what you're talking about. It would make sense to me.
That's the cave sand. Looks like the astral bleed goes both ways.
I mean,
A repetitive motion that must cover all surface area. So yes, vacuuming. Yeah,
are
exactly.
we talking about the indoor carpet or the outdoor carpet?
Yes, that would be the other question. Oh, is the carpet green, Heathen?
Wear everything? There's a person in my pet salamander. He has human eyes. Why doesn't anyone else see him? It's like werewolves, but with every animal. Were-dogs, were-cats, were-otters, were-butterflies, were-everything. They're all people inside, and they can't get out. They're stuck in animal body. It's not all animals, but it can be any animal. My parents don't believe me. Maybe this has happened before. I thought you would know. Oh, Dear Science? Okay.
Dear Science,
All right.
yeah.
Hey, speaking of which, have you ever played the hit video game Dwarf Fortress available on Steam?
Once or twice, a long while ago.
Okay, are you aware of the fact that there are, in fact, were otters and were bears and were cats and everything
Were
else in Dwarf
anything.
Fortress? Yes. There are like 80 varieties of were species in Dwarf Fortress.
If it's a living creature, it can be a were living creature.
Yeah, just figured I'd mention that. By the way, do not fuck with were moose or were elephants. They
Don't
exist,
fuck with
and they're
normal
exactly-
moose.
Or normal elephants.
Oh, you just don't let them in until they go back to being a normie, and then you execute them. Perfect.
That is, in fact, actually the best way to deal with them. Yes, Ethan, that is correct. Imagine scanning every single combat log of every cat scratching each other, except you're looking desperately for dwarves biting each other.
So the animals with human eyes that made me think of Tusk. It was a very different path.
Yes, fragile, empty effing box. Get out of my way.
Yes, so you can have werebeasts infect any sapient creature, including invading goblins or elves. So it is very possible to send one werebeast out against an elven force and then have like 8 of them turn into the werebeasts and have the entire army consume itself from within. It is very fun.
Oh dear.
Is it possible?
And like every
for
other
the-
common dwarf fortress, you solve it by pouring lava on it.
You know, I guess I thought that would fall.
That's still held up.
Ah. So it is.
Sorry, I'm late. I was held up by extra-dimensional crystals in the Aether realm.
You guys say, man, the traffic in the actual plane is really horrible.
This is a commute that has potential to be both very difficult and very simple, depending on the configuration that moment.
I do hope there's a reason I'm carrying this. There was one receptacle earlier. I assume there will be a second. Nope.
If it was just an extra, then that's
It's an
entertaining.
extra. There's a lot of extras. Get fucked, Lamau. XD.
Upsetting.
Are those matches? Giant matches?
Oh?
Ah,
Look
the
like
Menekaneko
matchsticks.
procedures. It's about time we learned about that.
Speaking of colony sims, Heathen, have you played RimWorld? Objectively interesting?
Huh. Subject near the item will often experience a torqued version of reality resembling the heightened drama and action of a movie. Whether these events are localized alternate realities or products of hallucination is currently unknown. Additionally, the item seems to record footage from these incidents and creates VHS copies edited in the styles of short films. During their investigation, agents learned that a podcast titled Brian's Movie Den had reviewed the item-generated movie Delivery Disaster. The podcast's creator, Brian Hennerman, was taken for questioning. The staff of Movie Night, the store Mr. Hennerman rented the film from, were also questioned to no effect.
Okay.
So it's a trip. It potentially.
Non-corporeality, affinity for specific human behavior, and minor physical movement, waving its arm. Huh. Oh,
Affinity for specific human behavior is a bit odd.
Wait, keep reading that. Did you read that whole thing?
yes. I just didn't
It was
read it
really
out.
discovered. It was originally discovered sitting in the director's chair and was put in a containment cell the next day. And you know the point of a Manekineko statue is to bring good fortune to a business, right? So it seems like it's of all the possible altered items, one seems pretty benevolent.
Yeah. Is that the same? Is that the same one we saw in the luck department, or is that a different Menekineko?
I imagine they probably brought one of them there. Yes.
Well, it makes it sound like there are. It's one instance of many, right?
Remember, there are at least 10 SAX aboard the station.
The Maneki Neko reproduce asexually.
Insert the horrible screeching of the ice beam. The Maneki Neko comes in, all music stops. That would actually be like the trippiest final boss of the DLC, you know what I mean?
Giant waving cat appears on the horizon.
I have an image for this, Jules. I'm going to DM it to you. I found this in a Thai restaurant close to my apartment. Hold on while I send it to you.
Oh, a save point inside.
Have windows. If you notice a window, immediately close your eyes and make Thank you for your attention.
The no windows thing sounds interesting.
Yeah.
The Bureau does not have windows. He is not kidding. If you have seen any windows, you are wrong.
And I should have blindfolded myself so as not to look at the windows. The Bureau does not
Can't see
use
the
windows.
if you gouge your eyes out.
Hope you learned Linux, asshole.
Bureau probably doesn't use that.
We
kind of windows
were
either,
talking
yeah.
about life without walls the other day.
Okay. I sent the thing in question to you, Jules. I saw this in a Thai restaurant near my previous apartment. This is what I was talking about. I was talking about the final boss.
What? Holy shit.
Perfect.
It's surely that's from waving it all day, right?
That's the idea, yes.
Surely.
And I can tell you, it doesn't move. It just sits there and looks menacing. It's amazing.
Like, waving it would be a bit odd at this point, but it would be funny if it flexed a little. Little bit of a bodybuilder showboat.
So I guess I had sort of assumed that we were approaching the end faster than we are. Because here I am still going.
Yeah, no, this DLC is bigger than you were giving it credit for.
This is the second stream in a row, I think, that I've noticed. This is probably the end being in the title of the
Yeah, I should just stop doing that.
announcement. I joined because I wanted to see how it all ended up, but apparently I missed the end of the main quest. It's fine.
I think I'm gonna continue this until we reach the next, like, etching tree board door thing. And then suspend, just so as not to leave myself in the middle of all this. Stream can go late. I don't have any plans.
Is that floor something that can be destroyed?
Sure is.
I noticed you keep doing the possession thing on low health enemies. Do you have to do that?
Ah, hello.
Oh gosh.
I think I see the idea here. Or maybe I can just kill you?
Oh, dropping it in a pit could have been cool.
Oh, well, we got away with it anyway. Goodbye.
So you did manage to drop him in the pit.
Yeah.
Get off my dimensional plane.
You get off my dimensional plane. Nice job, everyone.
Yeah, why haven't I been using that?
It did take care of all of them in a timely fashion.
Is there another receptacle? Oh, yes, presumably obscured by this side. Not that. Wrong object.
That does seem like authentic Control gameplay, though. pretty cool doing that shot from so far away.
Okay.
You can go higher than that. Just re-levitate. There you go.
Can we get much higher, as they say?
Yes, we can. Have you noticed, by the way, that when the astral plane objects move, you do hear sort of a high-pitched, like, resonant whining?
Yeah.
Perhaps the planar friction mentioned earlier in the lore items.
Certainly could be.
Yeah, there's a control point in the astral plane, by the way.
There have been a couple.
Which is very significant, I would think. Considering they represent ley lines
the
and
oldest
stuff,
house, right? That means that part of the oldest house is now extending into the astral plane as well as vice versa, right?
Yeah.
A pretty significant distinction. By the way, there's an explosive barrel that... Oh, you're already holding one. Beautiful. There's another one if you want one. He dodged onto your head. Good enough.
Green.
It's a dead letter.
I don't know if you all can see this because I'm really here. But because I don't know if I'm really here. I see a pen in my hand. I see myself, but it's all wrong. It's the wrong angle. It's the wrong me. It's all green. Look out for the color green. Everything turns green when it's close. Don't let it close to get it in. But if you do, no matter what, do not speak to it. I need you safe, Peggy. I don't want you to end up here, too. I don't know where I've gone. Green.
Notice all the binders there are green?
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they were green. That is a tragic and spooky letter that I am disturbed by.
You are going slightly over, and you did just touch a control point, so perhaps you could call it for here.
No, I decided I was going to go to the next, like, etching thing.
Oh, is that going to be much?
I don't know where that is, actually, which is why I'm giving you a warning.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, Jules said they're in no rush, right? You're in no rush,
Yeah,
so.
Yeah.
But that is very important to know. I would say that there's no natural stopping point coming up that we know of.
That I know of, at least.
Yeah. Well, if you don't know, no one knows. I think is the theme.
I mean, okay, there are probably a few control speedrunners that know where they are, but they don't really, like, are not honestly aware of them because they probably use no save points for the whole game. Because they're speedrunners.
Yeah, normal speedrunner.
But they probably know where they are. Actually, I've not looked into the control speedrunning at all, and I think it'd be very interesting.
So, are you the type who has just played through the game once and then read a bunch of the lore?
I played through the game once. I played through the game exactly once, but I like 100% of it, and so I've read all the lore without external sources. I would not claim, in all honesty, my whole thing about like being the most knowledgeable control player is entirely a joke. Like, I have no idea who the actual most knowledgeable people are. I am sure there are a bunch of lore videos on YouTube by people who have done more reading into outside of game sources than I have. I just claim the title because, according to the dev team, I am the best person to get advice from on this game.
It's
interesting.
A little weird that VHS tape is up there and not interactable.
I remember seeing the scattered objects in this area and wondering why none of them were interactable and why they were there if I couldn't pick them up.
Maybe they're not real. They're facsimiles created by the merging.
As stupid as that is actually a reasonable statement.
I figure anything can be reasonable in this game.
I guess we're headed there.
Are you supposed to get over there to that faraway platform?
Eventually. I cleansed the control point.
Can you manufacture a platform that moves with your manufacturing powers?
I don't know.
That's spiky. That's not helpful.
Is it the white lump?
Yeah, I have no idea what to do.
Well, when I cleansed this control point, that came together, so maybe I'm trying to make it there first.
Maybe you can just float down to it.
You have enough dashes, you can make it easily.
Yeah, especially if it's gonna regen you while you're still floating through. That's
Yeah, energy regen.
pretty generous.
And I bet you're gonna finish this part and another section of this weird floating monstrosity is gonna appear, and then you're gonna be fine. Okay, my brain ID'd that as a swimming pool.
Yes. Or
You can see why, right?
Yeah.
It also has the vibe of like the collapsed floor that has a basement underneath that you get in old factories and such.
Kebab! Oh, okay, he got out of the way.
Fucking go away. Get out. Oh, wait, you're still here? Cease.
I think you need to
So-
pull it. Yeah.
Nice.
That didn't...
Oh,
There were 2 layers of it.
not enough explodey.
I see a staircase to your left. Oh, yeah, that, yeah.
Goodbye, floor.
Excuse you. Whatever, fine. Oh,
Oh my god, you got attacked by the green guy from Sunny.
It is annoying how it blocks use of launch, isn't it?
yes.
The noise was pretty comical.
Dude got fucking Amazon Prime for delivery.
Did you take a picture to send it to him to confirm receipt?
It's just a really close picture of your face. Like, I don't understand. And then it hits you.
For compliance purposes.
Where'd that go? Where the fuck did that go?
Right there.
That was one hell of a ricochet.
Everything is working as intended.
Are you sure about that, Dewey?
Peak control gameplay.
Yeah, peak. Yeah, we'll go with that.
There aren't enough backslashes to properly describe how perfect it is.
Oh my god.
It's...
Hello?
Have you tried shattering that crystal that's blocking that cube from
Oh.
going into...
No, I hadn't noticed the crystal. I might need to reset and turn off the, well, not reset, but like respec and turn off the ground slam, because having that circle just constantly floating in front of my face as I'm trying to move is kind of distracting.
Well, on the one hand, it's distracting. On the other hand, it helps with platforming, because if you need to land somewhere and you panic, you can just press C and you'll land there immediately.
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
Yeah, it looked helpful from where I'm sitting, but it's very different. Not
I can
being
definitely see it
controlling
I can definitely see it being distracting. I was not a huge fan of it when I first saw it. Then I learned to tune it out. And like I said, it's kind of like a get out of jail free as far as platforming goes. Because as you can see, you can use it at a pretty shallow angle.
When ground pound becomes long jump. Yes, there's big, especially I'm thinking of Odyssey vibes where you're just like doing infinite flips off of your hat. There's some Yahoo Waha stuff going on.
You mean Bing Bing Wahoo?
You mean in a fight, right? This is absolutely a fight.
That guy does not seem to take much damage to the machine gun. Try something heavier.
Like a rock?
Or a rocket.
Or multiple rocks.
Or multiple rockets.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, what is a rocket but a more advanced rock?
What is a rock?
It's in the name.
Sorry, what is a rocket but a more
Jesus Christ!
rock? Those fucking Pickens guys just almost like totally wrecked you. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's why I hate them. They just kind of get in your space and fuck you up.
The melee build?
Ah.
That's a rather large landmass.
Hey, there's the thing.
Oh shit, there is the thing. Okay.
There's more beyond it. Is that just for looks or what? Optional collectibles? Who knows?
At this point, 4 is below my concern also.
I agree. Doing some of that good old House of Kebab.
Alright. Alright.
House of Kebab sounds like a
Oh, the
possibly
pickaxe guys
very
are fucking
entertaining
him up.
show. Just drop him down the hole, right?
Yeah, you can do that too. Try cutting him under the hole.
Goodbye. Wave 2.
Look behind you, look behind you. He's right there, he's right there. Issue of dropping people in holes. No health.
What a wild sequel to Holes this is.
Uh-oh.
There's some health right there underneath his ass.
Sure, there sure is.
Oh nice, you collapsed the pillar on him. He's almost dead now.
Fuck!
Oh no, Uno reverse.
Record scratch. That's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Back to the last control point, I think.
It was not that far away.
Whoops.
Holy
Was it not
shit.
going to just Oh no!
No,
it
that one,
penalizes you a
that
lot.
would kill you.
Yeah. I forgot we had the whole discussion how it's not prime.
Okay. Let's try that again, but better. Oh. You can throw those?
Fucking Dragon Ball dodging motherfuckers with throwing axes.
Give me all these health bits. Thank you very much. Okay, I need you to come around on this side of the pillar. For no reason in particular. You weren't close enough. Come on. Oh, there's more dudes. There's more dudes! Nice of you to show up on that.
Continue kebabbing. Yeah. Now, are those the spikes or whatever it was that they said they were getting hunted by?
No, astral spikes are those like seizure blobs that wander around the research sector and just drain your health if you're near them. They
Yeah.
like basically delete matter from reality in their vicinity.
Well, that's not very nice.
How you doing?
So who are
Just
these
having a
chumps?
sit?
He doesn't even look corrupted anymore. He just looks like an insane miner, man.
There's gold in them extra-dimensional floating obscure objects.
That was exactly what I was gonna say. There's gold in them extra-dimensional monoliths.
It's
Our
hard to
recent
describe.
yelling was in
Yelling was
error.
in error. We've decided to determine that you may have both tools upgrades.
Ah, yes. Now that it...
Only because you are the favorite current director, but do not listen, speak to former.
Yeah, now that it has worked out positively
You
for
are
us, we've
welcome.
decided that you are
Grateful.
correct.
Like, I'm aware that the alpha beta thing is fake, but it's pretty beta. Just keep reassembling all the former balls. What were these even?
Oh.
This is sad.
Am I missing something?
Yeah, you got a break.
We are nearly fixed. Your synergy.
Synergy is appreciated.
All of a sudden.
It
Okay.
really had the vibe of them just realizing they couldn't do anything about it. Like, it doesn't seem like they are the decision makers.
One more thing. They can sort out their own business so long as it doesn't get in my way. Obsessing over these problems is...
Whoops.
Is something Trench would do.
Yes. Okay. So yes, I have gone 20 minutes beyond time, but
And you did do the next monolith thingy.
I did do the next monolith thingy, which means we can safely use this control point and stop.
Stop. Stop.
Thank you everybody for hanging out. I should
Ethan, I
stop
believe
putting
the
"this is the
balls-
final stream" in the title of the stream.
The balls have been removed.
Also, yeah, I can assure you that if you are planning on doing both DLCs, you probably have at least 3 streams of this left.
Oh, good. Well, whoops.
No, you should definitely keep calling each one the final stream.
Look, come on, at least be better than Relogic. Please be better than Relogic.
I hope to never need to be compared to Relogic.
Okay, well, you just got compared to Relogic because you falsely claimed something was the final stream. It's okay. I forgive you. I will forgive you exactly once. If you do it more than once, there'll be no more forgiveness.
Final stream 2.4 final. Yeah.
That's pretty
Thank
good.
you, Heathen. All right. But yes, we need to call this one to a close.
Looks like you just can't stop playing Control.
I really can't. Really cannot stop playing Control. Probably while we are offline, I will go back to all of those caves that are full of things that I couldn't open up and open them because I'll take care of that. But
It's
yeah,
not particularly interesting. Don't do it on stream.
yeah, exactly. As said, thank you everybody for hanging out. I see a number of names in the viewer list. Hopefully, at least a few of them are not bots. But I know how Twitch is. If you are not following, do so, please. I stream somewhat. Well, I have been streaming regularly. I will be streaming differently coming up here soon because everything is weird. We'll get there. But yeah, have a good night. Goodbye.